League decider, minor premiers Marble Range up against second-placed Lincoln South. Marble Range taking out 3 of the 4 meetings between the teams. The only blemish, a 59-all draw, 9-5 to 7-17 in round 1. I can tell you it's currently 14 degrees here at Centenary Oval. Winds coming out of the west-southwest at around about 25 kilometres per hour, and I'm looking at those flags there, and that is swirling a little bit. So yeah, if you're wanting to run, but we did make this prediction last time when we were here at Centenary Oval, you probably want to run to the southern end first up, but Dan Minnie, the Marble Range captain last time, elected to go the other way, and it came up trumps for him.
It did. We were both surprised by that, but we'll see what he does today. But that was interesting. I wonder what his thought process was there, but it worked, whatever it was, mate. But yeah, anyway.
Be interesting to see what the thought process is there later on this afternoon. Not too far away from finding out who's going to win the toss as well. Of course, if you are a Sandford fan, tomorrow Sturt play Glenelg in the decider, 2:30 p.m. at the Adelaide Oval. And once again, around the grounds on the Curtis de Sales and Service out-of-town scoreboard. It is now full-time at Alberton, and the Cats have held on over Port Adelaide in the AFLW, 6-9-45 to 6-4-40. Still 10-0 Newcastle leading the Gold Coast Titans in the NRLW. About 23 minutes gone in the first term, so 12 minutes to go until the break. North Melbourne 2-2-14 over Carlton, one behind in the AFLW at Arden Street. Dockers and Bombers around about 5 minutes away from the Fremantle Community Bank Oval over there in Perth. Do have the umpires out there in the middle. We can see the officials are starting to mill around, getting ready for the national anthem. Now's a pretty good time to get final predictions. Dave, who do you like, by how many, and why?
Okay, Marble Range by 8 points. And why? Well, I just believe that they've gone away in the pre-season. They've worked on their actual team performance. I mean, you go back to last year, they had Billy Bias, Keeley playing Jackson Bennett. Obviously, they're not playing now, and you look at this team that's gone straight through, straight sets to the, won every game. The minor premiership. Without players like that, it just proves to me that they've got rid of those sort of individual players. They're playing more of a team. And they've had to rely on each other for that reason. So I believe it's not about individual roles with Marble Range. It's about believing in each other as the team, and I think that'll get them over the line, Marble Range. I'm
taking Lincoln South by 2 goals. I think they were holding something back a couple of weeks ago in that major semi-final, the second semi. That was not Lincoln South by any stretch, and we've seen them play much better than that during the season.
Yep.
I think Marble Range coming out so hard out of the blocks, they just got caught out by a good old-fashioned ambush.
Okay.
And I think they're going to be ready for it this week. I think that the man who is going to stand up today for me and have the absolute dead set game of his life, I think you're going to be looking down back at Zane Montgomery.
Okay.
I think he's going to take it to a new level today, and we know how good he is. I think he's probably the most nominated player for the Sports Power Superstore MVP during the season. If not, then he's close to it. I think he's going to find something that we didn't think he had today and just play such a shutdown. You want a bold pick? Here's my bold pick. I don't think Murray Waite gets on the score sheet.
Wow.
I don't think he kicks a goal.
Get out of here, Keith.
Henry Holden might, but I don't think Murray Waite does. I think that's how good Zane Montgomery and Colby Sivertson are going to play tagging today.
Well, if my predictions are right and Colby's going to go back, then Montgomery is going to get support down there off Colby Sivertson. So we'll wait and see, mate. But I'm going to pick something out of Marble Range's team. I'm going to say Cooper Miller's going to have a day out today. I think I saw him play, I think it was about a month ago. I think he kicked about 2 goals, 6. So 6 behind, but he had a lot of the football, mate. He looked like he was reading it better than everyone else, and he could spin on a dime for and he's just a hard one to match up on. So I think he's going to be a tough one for Lincoln South to actually hold. So if he has a day out, it'll help Marble Range, that's for sure.
So there you have it. We have our predictions. So Dave says Cooper Miller to have a blinder, so you can count on Cooper Miller to have an absolute stinker today. And I said Murray Waite will not kick 1, so he's going to kick a bag. He'll probably kick 6 or 7.
We'll wait and see, mate. We will wait and see. I tell you what, it's going to be a ripper.
Commentator's curse, well, it goes both ways today, so you don't know who's going to win. We'll keep it interesting for you here on 5CC with our live coverage of the 2025 Port Lincoln Football League Grand Final. Thanks to our number 1 ticket holder, Macca's Port Lincoln, the home of local footy. We can see the officials still milling around out in the middle. We are just waiting for the national anthem to be performed. We're about 8 minutes away. You can see Quinn Dutchke, the operations manager, with the microphone in hand. I'm not exactly sure who the national anthem performer is going to be. Yes, I can see you down there, Beebs. Thanks for giving me the thumbs up. And we'll make sure that we don't give him too much airtime during the afternoon. We'll try and be as easy as we can on the umpires. All we ask for is consistency, and hopefully we do get that in spades this afternoon. I'll tell you what, there are so many kids out there at the moment. We might be a little bit delayed in getting things underway here. And
looks like the teams are coming in now, Keith, to do the national anthem. I can tell you right now, they'll be getting really nervous now, these boys. This is when you're... the heart starts really pumping, mate. You know, this is game time and it's all eyes on you. No place to hide today.
I've got to tell you, there's not much room here in the grandstand. I can spot maybe enough seats to count on both hands that are free. Not counting, of course, the ones that we and the streaming service or the cameras have taken out of commission. We won't count them, obviously, because no one's able to sit in them, as now the players do move over towards the centre square line on this broadcast side of Centenary Oval. We are just awaiting the operations manager of the Port Lincoln Football League, Quinn Dutchke, to get us underway, and there he is in the background now. National anthem here at Centenary Oval. Marble Range now break away to the southern end. Lincoln South will continue at the northern end. I can see that Aidan Baker not wanting to waste any time. He's sticking around for the coin toss, as is Daniel Minnie, the captain of the Marble Range side. So it'd be fascinating to see exactly what happens if Minnie does win the toss. As mentioned earlier, Minnie decided to run against the wind last time round, and it ended up working a treat for him. So we have the coin toss, and it has been run and won. And I can tell you that Aidan Baker has won the toss for Lincoln South. He is kicking with the breeze as anticipated. Lincoln South to run to the southern or Flinders Theatre, Lincoln Cinema end of Centenary Oval in this first quarter, while Marble Range will run to the northern or the scoreboard end of Centenary Oval to start this match. And the fact that Lincoln South have the breeze with them, I just wonder whether that's going to stop Marble Range coming out and pulling off that old-fashioned ambush that they did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was about to find out, mate, but I'll tell you right now, it is all about now. The whole season is coming to this point, mate, and it's all about just getting your hands on that football nice and early. As an individual player, that's what you want to be doing, mate, and just getting your teammates involved. That means sort of carrying the ball and just giving a handball off to someone nice and short. You do it. You get your teammates involved. That's what the key is for the first 5 minutes, mate.
Absolutely. Do what you can and make sure that you just go from there. And we do await the teams to take their positions. You can see Marble Range are heading into their huddle at the southern end right now, throwing down some of the singlets that they were using in warm-up. Lincoln South, they're looking very, very relaxed at the moment. They're just going about their warm-up. They don't really care what the siren's doing, because well, not only have they been here before, just as often as Marble Range, but they also see that there's plenty of kids on the field too, so there's no point breaking too early to try and get into position before acceptances this afternoon.
Well, they were out here nice and early warming up, mate, before Marble Range, but they were here last week, mate, so they're going to hit the ground running, Lincoln South, without a doubt. So your theory might work as I look at those flags, mate, and that breeze is just picking up ever so slightly the more we talk, mate. So this might just work out to Lincoln South's favour. The fact that they played last week, they hit the ground running. Maybe Marble Range will be a little bit flat-footed, who knows.
That could be a 4 or 5 goal breeze. That has really started to pick up now, and those flags, the City Motors flags in particular, they are standing really, really strong at the moment. So I think this is, if you're going to win a toss this season, Aidan Baker's probably chosen the right one.
Absolutely, mate. It's probably the good move, that one. But, mate, expect a bit of argy-bargy today. I just know there's going to be tension in this game, mate. I tell you what, there's going to be some physical contests, and Yeah, expect that they'll be throwing everything at this one.
If you're framing a market on players likely to get involved in the argy-bargy, betting suspended on Yowie Wagner.
Without a doubt.
I would imagine that he would have quite a lot to say here this afternoon, and I don't think there's going to be any doubt whatsoever that Yowie Wagner will be in amongst it if Marble Range do start to get a little bit of an ascendancy. But if Lincoln South are well on top, then I don't think you're going to hear boo out of Yowie. He knows exactly how to play these big games and to make sure that his team gets into the contest as well as possible.
Exactly, mate. We had him on the Saturday morning sports show this morning, mate, and I can tell you right now, he's just as driven to win that third premiership as what he was the last 2 years. So 2's not enough for him, mate. He needs that third one. Don't worry about that. He's just as keen. He's looking as fit as I've ever seen him. And, yeah, they're just going about it a different way this year.
Nothing less than you would expect as we see the players now heading into their formations, the 6-6-6 rule, and we're going to have Hayden Carey in ruck. No surprises there for Lincoln South, and I would assume that it was going to be Jace Morgan starting in ruck for Marble Range, and that's exactly what we've got at the moment.
Looks like, sorry mate, Wade Gary's playing on Yowie down there at the down at full back, and Colby Sivertson, he's going to full back, mate. He's going to full back on Holden.
So Holden will be tagged earlier. Oh, a little bit of what for there from Max Williams, just wanting to get in there a little bit early, and yeah, Holden gives it right back. So Holden,
yeah, it's on here. It's on.
They're already getting in the goal square, and we are underway here at Centenary Oval. And umpire with the ball up, tap down one. In fact, Hayden Carey just catches it, decides to take it down and hand pass away. And Wilkins goes long into the forward line. It's a wobbler, and it only gets halfway there. And Charlton picks it up, finds Minnie in the midfield. Minnie now off his own arc, sends it out wider. They're going to try and run onto this one, and it's a beautiful bounce there for Murray Wade in midfield. He sends it sliding into the forward line. It was touched on the way through, so Holden missed it. Down there is Montgomery trying to get in there. A little bit of a hip high, was it? Umpire says no. It was on the shoulder, and we'll have a ball up around about 45 from home in the pocket of death. Lincoln South attacking in. Marble Range attacking in, sorry.
Damn it, he looked as cool as a cucumber then, mate, with that perfectly weighted kick to his teammate there to run on the footy there, mate. So looking good signs early.
Morgan wins the tap down from Marble Range. It doesn't get too far out of the contest, and we'll have yet another ball up. That one moving to about 35 metres away, probably in a straight line, and now Lincoln South pick up the crumb, and Aidan Baker just goes whack into the midfield. Morgan doesn't get there first, and is it going? No, it doesn't get all the way there. Zach Calderwood picks it up, and now it's hand pass back, and going long is Tom Charlton, looking towards Montgomery. Oh, pack flew, man fell awkwardly, and it's now touched over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in, round about 55 from home in the pocket of death.
First centre clearance to Lincoln South, so good signs there as well, mate.
Umpire at the ready, throwing in right in front of the Bendigo Bank sign here at Centenary Oval. In fact, he's brought it back to about 60 metres out from home in the pocket of death. Third time's the charm as it goes. That ball just swung in the breeze. Picked up there by Hayden Carey. Tries to push away from one. Got one high on the way down from his own man. So the umpire calling play on. Baker got the hand pass away. Didn't go anywhere. And now the ball gets locked up in the contest. We'll have yet another ball up. Moves along to about 70 metres away. Almost back in the centre square. So Lincoln South making ground while defending, and that's what you want. Up it goes, down it comes. Everybody had an air swing because the wind caught hold of it, and now Marble Range try and get away, and the umpire's going to call high. He was crouched down, but he picked it up and stayed there, and now we'll get the free kick going the way of Marble Range. 65 from home. They don't put all of it in there. It's going to sit up in the breeze. Flying, brought down. No, not brought down. Cohen Dennison's there first. He got shoved off the ball. Back for Lockie Jennings. Right foot snap in towards goal. Lockie Jennings. It bounces away to the left-hand side. Goes through for 1 point, and Marble Range first on the scoreboard in the 2025 Port Lincoln Football League Grand Final. 2.5 minutes gone on the Ampol Hallett Place time clock for the best curries in town. Marble Range 1, Lincoln South yet to score.
That was my man Cooper Miller. Almost took a screamer there, mate, for a potential City Motors mark of the day.
Max Williams ridden into the ground like a jockey there from Lachlan Jennings, and we'll have a ball up because Williams had no prior opportunity to get it away. 60 metres out in the pocket of death. Marble Range winning the tap down, trying to get first crumb there. That was a good spoil going in there. Dennison picks it up, hand pass goes to ground, partial smother. Umpire looks at it and says we'll have a ball up. Dennison appealing for a free kick. I'm not sure what he was asking for, but Luke Wilkins got up a little bit ginger there, so maybe he copped one, as now the umpire balls it up 51 away. Good punch out from Hayden Carey. Goes up towards midfield. Marble Range Range going without it. Was that late tackle? Yeah, he's called it. And Brody Falciani pinned for holding on to the man. Will get the free kick going in the midfield. And now Marble Range, where do they want to go from here? They don't see an awful lot to kick to in the first instance. So now they wait. They keep it low, trying to drill inside forward 50. Holden went without it. Umpire calling play on. And getting there first time is, that looks like Sivitson, and it is. Partial smother on the kick. Goes out to left half-back flank. And now Lincoln South. That's a good old-fashioned barrel and put down in the midfield. Lincoln South trying to get there first. Good spoil from Marble Range, but still picked up there. Jack Ramsey trying to send it into the forward line. No one there for Lincoln South, and Tom Charlton got across. Puts it out, holds up in the breeze and getting there first. Ooh, taking it on the juggle just is Benjar. No,
has he paid it?
Jarvis, has he paid, or waiting for the boundary umpire to come across? Boundary umpires aren't there. No, umpire's going to call for a ball up.
Right.
Okay, not quite sure the story there, as now we see it go up and down, and Hayden Carey flew, punched it, and straight to his teammate, who was immediately set upon there in the tackle. I think that might have been Josh Slade affecting the tackle. Now we're going to get a free kick going in, and Lincoln South, they almost make a mess of it. Hand pass back there. I think that might have been Tyler White getting it, and now Lincoln South put it up and under, and it doesn't go anywhere. Price Marshall getting across to take the mark on his own arc, and he decides to play across full back to Charlton, and that's Tom. Tom now looks up, doesn't see an awful lot to like, takes one bounce, deciding to keep going. Lockie Jennings falling back here. It's just out of his reach. Dennison harasses him. Dennison gets the ball back. Well played, Dennison. Chip in front, and it gets just out of reach of Steve Paul. That's going to be gone. He's gone short.
Oh, no. I agree with the umpire there.
Oh,
I agree. It was close, but I agree with the umpire.
He had a bit of time to look around.
He did, but geez, Marble Range's pressure at the moment is just immense. The tackling pressure's great.
Ball up 48 away. Lincoln South won the tap down. Lachlan Jennings there first to the crumb. Has nowhere to go. Lachlan Jennings, he's gone. He's pinned him. I heard a whistle.
Yeah, no,
he's gone.
Yep.
Yep. Free kick going the way of Lincoln South. That's what I thought. That was a good effort there from Cohen Taylor. Slade ended up with the ball, though. And now Cohen Taylor, where does he want to send it? He just holds it up in the breeze. He wants Yowie. Yowie across that. Big punch out. Great punch away from Tom Charlton.
I think Yowie's got a point there. He's asking for the free kick. He did get whacked in the back of the head there. So he's made his point to the umpire. Maybe the umpire will be a bit more aware next time, because it probably deserved the free kick.
Yeah, I think Yowie more trying to put that in the memory bank for the umpire and get a 50-50 going his way later on. Boundary throw in 30 away from home at the southern end, and brought down there, and Cohen Taylor with it, and the ball gets locked into the contest. Slade not happy because he ended up ripping it out. It's off to the right of the goalpost, and we'll have a ball up around about 30 out off to the right of the Lincoln South attacking end. And the wind again catching it, and first down there is Connor Madden. Swings it back in. Ball punched away. Left foot snap.
Well,
and it's way through. Brody Drewitz. He's got the first of the afternoon for Lincoln South. First goal on the board, and after 6 minutes on the Ampol Howell Place time clock for the best curries in town, it is Lincoln South. 1 straight 6. Marble Range 1 behind on the Curtis of Sales and Service scoreboard.
Hayden Parker will be fuming on that, mate. Marble Range did all the hard work then, and to come down to one play not picking up their man, and it was a goal for Lincoln South. But the tackling pressure's been immense by Marble Range, but it means nothing if you're not going to pick up your opponents, mate.
They have had the early running, Marble Range, but they haven't been able to convert. And now that Lincoln South have got something on the board, we'll see whether they can take that momentum a little bit further forward with them in this game. Umpire at the ready, back in centre field, and up we go. Hayden Carey won the tap down once more. Jarvis straight onto it. He's having a big one early. Oh, we got a free going in here. What do we got? And I think it might be a breach of the 6 rule. So Dan Minnie with the free now. And he's going to, where does he want to go? He doesn't see an awful lot to like here, Dan Minnie, so he's just going to take his time. Now he's going to run, and he's going to have to go long, and it just holds up in the breeze there. Holden comes forward, gets caught in the contest. That's a good spoil. Miller Pickett overran it. Dennison onto it. He's been busy early, Cohen Dennison, and he floats one back into the midfield. 4-on-1 contest. Lincoln South do well to spoil, but Marble Range obviously all over it. Terrible hand pass, and Lincoln South will get there first on the crumb. Hand pass away there from Yowie. Punched away. Slade almost there for Marble Range. Down on the ground now, Lincoln South. With the ball is Craig Dowse. He's not going anywhere. Set upon there by Zach Calderwood. We'll have a ball up.
That's some tough football out there, Keith. Everyone's just throwing everything at it, mate.
Ball up, down, and Morgan took it, and that's high, is there?
No, good
Umpire
tackle.
says no,
Oh.
and first contact was probably the chest, and it was the whiplash that caused Lockie Pake's head to hit the shoulder, so I think that's fair enough. Tap down one there by, it was Dylan Morgan, and now Lincoln South trying to get it clean. Marble Range finding a way to keep it in the contest, and we'll have yet another ball up within the centre square.
I've counted 11 tackles, Marble Range, to Lincoln South's 4.
That's the sort of pressure that Marble Range are applying early on. Carey and Morgan. Carey had a swing and a miss, and yet again going in hard at the ball, and probably high contact caused by the whiplash. Ben Jarvis copped one there, but it was a fair tackle to start with. Up it goes, down it comes again, and Carey won the tap down this time. Slade first onto the ball, and it's an ordinary hand pass, and we're going to see a free kick here.
Off the ball.
Going to Slade for Marble Range. Umpire says he was held without it, and it was Cohen Taylor committing the infringement. Josh Slade now looks up, and he decides to keep it low, swinging it out to the left. It's going to sit up in the breeze, and that's a good kick. Well weighted. Running onto it there, Jed Wolford taking the mark.
Sorry, mate, Dan Minnie's come off for a rest.
He's kicking from about, or he will kick from about 55 out, and the man on the mark, I think that's Montgomery on the mark. So, oh, hang on, Wolford thinks he's going to kick it from here. Dead set. If he kicks this, it's the EP Surf goal of the day, goal of the year.
Give it to him now.
Yeah, no question about that. Jed Wolford lining up. He is on about a 40-degree angle from 55, and he swings it in. I tell you what, he got good purchase on that. Much better purchase than we anticipated, and through only for the 1 point. So Marble Range, 2 behinds, trailing Lincoln South, 1 straight 6 on the Curtis Sales and Service scoreboard. 9.5 gone first term.
Lincoln South boys have got to get around Hayden Kerrick. He's winning every tap out by a mile.
Aiden Baker with the kick in, and he runs it back in and gets under it. Doesn't get as much purchase on it as he could have done. One-on-one contest, and it missed everybody. Jake Horton trying to charge onto it. Do they get the bounce here? Marble Range on the loose ball? No. Slade is there picking it up. He was set up on. That's high. Josh Slade will get the free. He's going to have to come back because they didn't run it over the mark. Slade now centre field. He looks up. He sends it out to the left-hand side on the lead. Looking into forward 50. Good punch out there by Max Williams. On it is Douse. He goes back, plays one, and Dennison now picks it up. He has to have a second crack at it around the body. There's only 2 Marble Rangers there, and the mark is taken by Tom Charlton. Charlton now looks up on his left centre wing, almost midfield. As a matter of fact, he's that far in from the boundary line, and the mark is paid. Dylan Morgan had to reach right down to his ankles, and Morgan now will get the kick, and he's right in front of us here in the grandstand at Centenary Oval. Morgan keeps it low, drifting into a one-on-one contest. That's a good spoil from Montgomery. Hit Wolford hard. Umpire there, waiting for it, and Daniel Watson picks it up, taken across the boundary line immediately. We'll have a throw in.
Yeah, it's definitely it's pretty clear that Lincoln South are just playing that 50-50 footy, mate. Every man's got an opponent, and just stick with your opponent. That's what they're doing.
Boundary umpire throwing in, round about 35 metres from home, left-hand side at the northern end. Cohen Taylor's going to get there first, and he gets onto it, and he rips it hard and long. Getting back to take the mark is Will Charlton. Charlton needed that one too, because if he missed it, then there were Lincoln South players coming at speed. Little short chip in the midfield, and Lockie Pake takes the mark on the alternate circle. In fact, that is the main circle they're using. I do apologise. Pake now continues on and plays it out to the right-hand side, and the mark is taken there on the lead by Murray Waite. He's about 75 from home. Right-hand side, Murray Waite goes around the man on the mark, takes one bounce. He's going to line up. Is he? No, he's going to drill into the forward 50. Ooh. And just over the pack, and that was well spotted there. I think that's Jarvis at the back, and yes, it is. He's going to send it out to his left half-back flank, and Lincoln South are going to work it away through the pocket of death.
That's Montgomery, mate. He's been busy early, Montgomery.
Kicking out to that left wing for them, and now the ball is picked up by Charlton, and it's a wobbly kick forward. The bounce sits up nicely. Slade trying to get across. He got a touch on it, and now it's Jennings out there from the pocket of death, trying to centre up, looking for Dennison. Dennison tried to take it one-handed. Here's Luke Hutchinson in toward goal, out to the left-hand side, and through just for another behind. Marble Range, they've had chances, but they can't capitalise. It looks as though there's a bit of rain coming in here at Centenary Oval. 12.5 minutes gone first term. Lincoln South 1 straight, Marble Range 3 points.
I reckon Hutchie had a bit more time then just to sort of straighten up and and kick the drop punt for the goal. Then he sort of rusted a bit.
I think the wind may have played a little bit of a factor there as well. It sat up a bit more than he anticipated. Baker with the kick in and out to the left halfback flank. Looking up now, they don't see an awful lot to like here. Umpire calls play on, so they're just going to have to go. And it's not a bad kick distance-wise. Back flew, and it came off hands. That would have been a specky. That would have been a definite contender for the City Motors mark of the day. Make your mark with marking the team at City Motors. Great marking effort there. Mitch Botter doing really well ahead of the pressure from Lachlan Jennings. Botter's turned up to play so far on that left halfback flank, and now he's kicking from centre half-back, and now he goes out wider looking for Cohen Dennison, who takes the mark on right half-back flank, just ahead of Max Black. He's got men moving into space here. Cohen Taylor takes the mark, right centre wing. Luke Hutchinson moving up, almost getting the partial smother. Centering kick finding Craig Dowse just on the edge of the centre square. Dowse now looking up. Where does he want to go? He's got Dylan Blewett with him, and just over the head of Dylan Blewett. It was a real miss kick. Dan Mitty got absolutely axed as now Max Black picks it up. Daniel Watson, hand pass over the top, and he finds in the middle there Kobe Sampson going, and it ends up in the midfield with, I think that's Wolford in there. Wolford now, he decides to go short, well over the head of Luke Hutchinson. That's into no man's land. Getting across there is Colby Sivertson, trying to tap to his own advantage, goes past Waite, and the ball will take a left-hand turn and go over the boundary line. Boundary throw in around about 80 metres from home in the pocket of death.
Poor Dan Minnie's just breathing in the heavy ones there, mate, after getting sort of hit quite hard there. Bit of winding. But this football is absolutely lightning, mate. It's been the quickest it's been in, I reckon, years. I haven't seen it this quick. Boundary
throw in, caught well and truly by the wind there. It's off hands from Jed Wolford, straight across the boundary line, and we'll have yet another boundary throw in. 14 minutes gone in the first term on the Ampol Hallett Place time clock for the best curries in town. It's a three-point game in favour of Lincoln South. Boundary umpire at the ready. He'll take the third opportunity to throw in, and you can just see the wind catching that ball. Hayden Carey won the tap down and trying to get the ball free, can't do so, and it's locked into another contest. We'll have yet another ball up. There's no doubt that neither team is going to let this ball get too much air now, given the red hot start we have had, as you mentioned, Dave. And now Craig Dowse tries to get a kick forward, and he makes a mess of it, goes straight across the boundary line. Marble Range free.
Well, Marble Range had probably most of the football down their forward line, which is surprising going against the breeze. You'd think it'd be down Lincoln South's end, but the support the Lincoln South on-ballers have been giving to their back line is immense.
Lincoln South with it, finally cleaning it up, kicking into the midfield, making, not quite, and Jake Horton wants to claim the grab, and what have we got? Umpires, I'm not sure whether he says it was touched off the boot or not 15, or whether the Marble Range player didn't stop in time, but we got a ball up, and down it comes, and punched away there, and a second attempt there from Daniel Watson. Getting across first is Aiden Baker. Can he push through Luke Hutchinson? He does in the end, finally. Connor Madden's kick is smothered by Daniel Watson. Watson across to it. Connor Madden does well to get onto it. Watson still there. Gets the mongrel hand pass out. Hutchinson got a big bump on him. Wow. And now Lincoln South taking it to ground. We'll have a ball up around about 53 metres away. Aiden Baker in there. Gee, they're going in hard.
Well, it's a real dogfight out there at the moment, mate. These players are throwing everything at this game.
Umpire with the ball up. It's Wolford and Carey. Wolford got front spot and won the tap down. Lincoln South onto it. Dowse with the hand pass up for Baker. Taken out court. And umpire. I think that's stiff.
Well, it was a good tackle, but I don't know if it deserved the free kick, that's for sure.
It was a very good tackle. Now, Guy Hutchinson with the free. Hutchinson will send it long into the forward line. 3-on-3 contest. It's off hands. Goes out to the side. Botter's first there. Botter has time, and he'll go short, finding Connor Madden square on the chest. 53 from home. On the right half-back flank, I should say, and Connor Madden's just going to slow this game down a little bit, and he goes down this right side, and Slade went up for it. Good spoil there from Cohen Taylor. Wagner picked it up, back to Taylor, going longer, looking into the forward line. He's got a man free, and Brody Druitt will take the mark. Druitt will go and move into the forward. Oh no, they make a mess of it. And Charlton now, where does Charlton want to go? He's back there. Charlton, that was Will, and he sends it out to the right-hand side. Tyler White won't get there. That's going to be a free for last contact. Lincoln South still an opportunity.
Yeah, Brody Druitt, mate, took the nice mark, but just shanked that kick. He wasted opportunity there, but Good, once again, Lincoln South backline, they've been immense this quarter. There's so much pressure they're under, but they seem to be able to clear it out, no worries.
Tyler White stabbing into space. That's a good spoil on Wagner. Getting across there was Wade Gary, and Gary now sends it long, holds it up in the breeze. Hayden Carey can't get there, tries to keep it in, can't do so, and we'll have a boundary throw in directly opposite our commentary position, just in front of the Deserts Taxi signs here at Centenary Oval.
It's just like a wave at the moment in front of us, Keith. You've got all the players heading out towards Marble Ranger's goal, then they head back to Lincoln South's goal. It's just they're doing that much running at both sides. It's it's good football.
Barrel into the forward 50 from Lincoln South, picked up at the ground, and that's a touched off the boot. Here's Jake Horton steaming in the goal, and Jake Horton can't believe he's lost. Gets recalled and buries it for goal number 2. And Lincoln South, probably against the run of play in the last couple of minutes, kick their second of the afternoon. It's Lincoln South, 2 straight 12, Marble Range 3 points, 18 minutes gone on the Ampol Hell Place time clock for the best curries in town.
Well, he saw it, mate. It bounced. He hit it like a bullet at gate, mate. Took it clean and just broke through 2 opponents, mate. And for that reason, I'm going to put it down as a total contention of the EP Surf goal today, that one, mate.
I think that is a very fair call, and just unbelievable speed at the ball there from Jake Horton, bursting through the pack, and did brilliantly there with only a couple of minutes plus time on remaining in this opening term. Umpire at the, what do we got here?
Free kick to Hayden.
This time Lincoln South are getting the free, are they? No, they're going to call it back here, and it looks as though Hayden Carey's going to have to go again. I thought the umpire had given the free originally to Marble Range, but not so.
I think it was something off the ball down the back line, mate.
And that would make sense. They have been going there early, and maybe that was the first free as well. As Hayden Carey hangs it up inside forward 50, and pack forms, and Marble Range find a way to drag it down. They did very well there because there was a lot of men around that ball. Now they're going to send, they're going to try and go through the middle. Oh, Josh Slade, City Motors mark of the day. He's lying down on the ground. That's a genuine contender. Absolutely magnificent effort. And now Slade will play across his back line, and he finds Will Charlton right half-back flank. I'm going to mark that one from Josh Slade down on his belly. That was incredible. And now Charlton will go long. He'll send it. He'll continue going down that right side. Hayden Carey flew and missed it, and ball shoots out the back of the pack. Marble Range onto it. They can't get clean possession. Now they do with Wolford. No, he can't get clean possession. Slade across to it now, and Slade will send it long. It's a bit of a wobbler into the forward line. That's a good mark. Good strong mark taken there by, I think that's Montgomery playing up from his usual full back line. And Montgomery now wants to play on. Goes into midfield, and he'll send a helicopter kick back, and we'll put down what they should have taken there. That was there to be taken. And now Lincoln South, it's a wobbler into the half forward line. Bounce beat Wagner all ends up, tap down and trying to run onto it. Here's an opportunity. Oh, he can't believe he's like Yowie. He's got an open goal.
Bang.
And he drills it.
Wow.
And Yowie's going to absolutely lap that up for all time. And Lincoln South all of a sudden have just turned this game on its head with all the momentum in the last 3 minutes. Lincoln South 3 straight 18. Marble Range 3 points. 20 minutes gone in the first term, and it's a 15-point break on the Curtis Sales and Service scoreboard.
I mean, that's massive at this stage of the game, because it's just that hard to actually get your hands on the football for both sides. It just seems like Lincoln South are always getting that little cheap one out the back. It's the third goal they've got with a cheap one out the back, or it's flown out the back, and they've been on their own, and they're just running to goal.
Tell you what this looks like. It looks like a mirror image of that semi-final a couple of weeks ago. Marble Range got all the breaks, they got all the clean, they got all the bounces, they got all the crumb ball, and they took advantage, and Lincoln South didn't. Yep. And now Jarvis picks up the crumb from that Carey win on the tap down, but Jennings is back there taking the mark. Lachlan Jennings now, he decides to go short looking for Minnie, and it's punched away there by Lincoln South. Those kicks normally just sit up beautifully, and Slade can't get there, and the ball is touched across the boundary line. Slade gives Aiden Baker a bit of a mouthful. I wouldn't do that, Josh. You're 15 points down. And umpire is at the ready for the boundary throw.
It's going to be interesting to see what Marble Range do here, whether they hold their composure and they just keep that mature heads about them. Let's just see what happens here.
Throw-in beat everybody over the back, and now the hand pass away from Falciani goes nowhere. Max Black taken down there by Aiden Baker. Baker trying to get it away, and Slade locks it up into the contest, and we will have a ball up. 21.5 minutes gone in the opening term on the Ampol Hallett Place time clock for the best curries in town. It's about 65 out from home on the left-hand side at the Marble Range attacking end. Lincoln South picking it up. Falciani set upon there, and the ball is eventually dragged out, and the hand pass away from Wilkins. Running onto it there is Kobe Sampson. Is that ball going to sit up in the breeze? No, it's not. crosses the boundary line, and we will have a free for out in the full going the way of Lincoln South. Montgomery to take it. And in fact, it's not Montgomery, it's Dylan Blewett who gets the free kick on his right half-back flank. Blewett now looks up. He's got Luke Hutchinson on the mark, and Blewett continues just down this right wing, kicking to a contest. It's a 3-on-3, and Minnie was the one there, had a swing and a miss. Umpire says no prior opportunity, play on, and the ball is just locked into the contest there. We have a ball up.
This is brilliant football, mate. This is the best football I've seen in years from this in this league, 100% sure. 60 from home, maybe closer to 55. Pack flew, Morgan won the tap down for Marble Range. Baker onto it. Tackle affected by Asher Miller-Pickett. Baker's trying to dig it out of there. There's no way you're going to call that for a free kick. No question Aiden Baker did his level best there. Yep. 49 out, we'll have a ball up just inside the arc. Umpire wastes no time getting on with it. And it was a bit of a 50-50 ball, that one. Marble Range still with it. Max Black trying to push away, and he does. Max Black has a shot for goal, and he sprays it well and truly out to the right-hand side. Probably a little bit fortunate to get anything there in the end. 1 point for Marble Range, and it's Lincoln South 3 straight 18. Marble Range 4 points on the Ampol Hallett Place time clock. We played 23 minutes in this first term. Well, he did the right thing then, Max Black. He got the ball, tuck it under his arm, and just went for goals. They needed something. Unfortunately, it just wasn't a goal, but they definitely need something here to go into quarter time with.
Cohen Dennison runs it out from his own goal square, and he runs a good 20-odd metres before he kicks out to the pocket of death on the far side. And has that been brought? That's a mark.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant mark as they try and centre up now. Will Charlton taking that one, and I'll just wait and I think that's Jed Wolford who might have taken a genuine contender for the City Motors mark of the day.
Yeah, it was.
Here is Will Charlton. He decides to go back to that right-hand side. Marble Range playing a bit of keep away. They want to get on with it and send it long because I don't reckon we've got much time left before the siren. And it flew and off hands at the bottom of the pack, and it's going to get locked in there. And Slade picked it up. He got away. Josh Slade, right snap. Ooh. Right snap away to the right-hand side. Through for just one more point again. They've had their chances.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
They have, mate. Not doing much wrong, Marble Range. They really aren't. They're just pegging away at it, but not going through the big sticks.
3 straight 18 to Lincoln South. 5 points to Marble Range on the Curtis of Sales and Service scoreboard, and it is Cohen Dennison with the ball on his left half-back flank. Where does he want to go with it? I think he's just going to continue out to that pocket of death and beyond, and yes, he does. Well and truly, it's a good... Oh, that's a great effort there from Jarvis. Did well. Hand pass off. I think that might be Dowse. He wants to go long into the forward line, doesn't get full purchase, and it doesn't quite get all the way there, and the mark is taken at the... Steve Paul want to be careful there, trying to interfere and just slow things down, and now Marble Range will work it out of their own end, outside their own arc, and that was the mark taken by Tom Charlton. He goes back from whence he came. Pack flew. That would have been a spectacular one, as now Marble Range send it into the forward line, half forward, and now it sits down off hands, and it's a wobbly one. Aiden Baker picking up nicely on the half volley. That's a genuine barrel. That is outstanding towards Jack Ramsey. Ball off hands. Marble Range there first. They can't control at the bottom. Now they do, and trying to get away. Let's drag back in. Lincoln South do well. There's an opportunity from Tyler White. He doesn't get full purchase, and again it sits down, and Charlton taking the mark and hand pass away. Oh, they make a mess of it there, Marble Range, but they go away to their right wing, and it's just going to sit up in the breeze here, and Dylan Morgan taking the mark. We move along to 25.5 minutes played in this first term on the Ampol Hallett Place time clock. Morgan going long. It's a one-on-one contest. Montgomery did well to spoil. Umpire calling play on. Getting across there is Cooper Miller, and they can't keep it in, I don't think, and it goes across the boundary line for another throw.
Well, this is going to be their last chance, Marble Range, to get one before quarter time. They need to snag one here, mate.
They certainly do. They've had 4 opportunities, and they've butchered the lot, as now boundary umpires setting up. We're about 35, maybe 40 metres from home in the pocket of death. Marble Range attacking end. Over it goes. Winds drop down a little bit because that one stayed fairly straight. Good punch out there from Lincoln South. It's going to sit there for Jack. Oh, Jack Ramsey, big contact on him. Craig Dowse now. He got the hand pass away. Umpire calling play on. Marble Range still with it, and bouncing out of 1 and 2 is Price Marshall. He got a kick in. Oh, is that 15? Is that 15? I don't know. Yes, it is. It is 15.
Yep.
And the mark is paid. And they'll get a chance to line up from bang on 50. Cohen Dennison, the man on the mark. A little bit fortuitous there for Marble Range, and I think it's Miller-Pickett to line up. And oh, he's not taking any time whatsoever. Oh, he keeps it low, driving off hands, and that is all she wrote in the first term. Lincoln South 3 straight 18. Marble Range 5 points quarter time. Dave, your thoughts?
Well, Marble Range, they kept chipping away, and they probably had about 70% of that football down in their forward line, but I don't know whether it was luck for Lincoln South or it was just class, those last 3 goals, mate, but it's given them a breathing space, about 13 points. It just seems like so much more because to get your actual hands on the ball out there is just almost impossible. There's always just someone under your hammer. So it's just brilliant by Lincoln South to actually get on the scoreboard and have a break like that. But some standouts, I think, for Lincoln South is Hayden Carey hasn't lost a ball up so far. Cohen Dennison's been good down back, and but Dan Minnie's been a bit of a highlight for Marble Range.
I think Cohen Dennison is playing out of his skin at the moment, and whether he can keep that up in the second term, we'll find out next on our live and exclusive live coverage of the 2025 Port Lincoln Football League Grand Final. Thanks to our number one ticket holder, Macca's Port Lincoln, the home of local footy on 5CC.
Sort of Hayden Parker there, who's pretty happy with his back line, and he pretty much set his forward line. This is your quarter, this one, with the breeze. So they are relying on the breeze a little bit here. It's definitely a lot breezier down there than what it is up here, Keith. I can tell you right now, it's blowing a gale. So definitely an advantage there for Marble Range this quarter. But for whatever reason, he said to Cooper Miller, mate, you owe me a goal. So whether it's some sort of discipline or he didn't do something that wasn't the team rules, he said, Cooper Miller, you owe me a goal this quarter, mate.
It may have been that almost spectacular one that he could have kicked, and he might have even been saying, you've had your chances, and the fact that you haven't converted yet means that you are in a little bit of debt to the team, perhaps.
Maybe, mate. But either way, he's pretty happy with his side, mate, and he's just saying, just keep chipping at it, it'll come. It'll come, boys.
And we're just waiting for the remnants of the crowd, I suppose is probably the best way to describe them, trying to vacate through the main gates here at Centenary Oval. Umpire is now getting the all clear, and we are just about ready to go in the second term. Carey up against Morgan once more in ruck. Siren goes in the background. We are underway to get the second quarter of the 2025 Grand Final. It's Lincoln South by 13 points. Carey with the tap down. Jarvis picked up the crumb, was immediately dispossessed in the tackle and trying to dig it out of there. And Marble Range, Minnie there first to the ball. Was that a throw? Umpire says no. Good smother on the kick. Hayden Carey trying to get it out of there along with Lockie Pake, and now running straight into Josh Slade is a very, very slow to get up Luke Wilkins, and he didn't like the hit, not in terms of illegality, but he just got up a little bit ginger, and now Hayden Carey wins the tap down. Everybody overran it. Carey now fell on his own crumb. Josh Slade trying to dig it out of there, and it's locked in there once again by Cohen Taylor. Will have another ball up.
Marble Range on ball is going to have to play it to their advantages, mate, and start roving off Hayden Carey, mate. He's winning every tap by an absolute mile.
Josh Slade getting up a little bit slow there, so you can see the physicality already as now Carey won the tap down, and that's a falcon on Lockie Pake as now the ball being dug out by Luke Wilkins, and now Aiden Baker finally gets some clean possession, and we can get it into half forward line, but that's a good mark getting across in front there. Marble Range cutting it out, going wider to Minnie, who now takes the mark, and Minnie almost playing on over the mark, and Tyler, in fact it was Brody Druitt getting back there to get on the mark, making sure he couldn't go. Minnie now deciding to go short, and Carey couldn't quite reach. Wolford taking the mark. He swings around, sends it inside forward 50. It's a one-on-one contest. Good spoil there from Lincoln South. Connor Madden went without it after he picked it up, and trying to get on there is Botter. Jarvis with it. He got dispossessed. Almost could have been pinned there, and Connor Madden onto it. Cohen Dennison as well. They're not letting it out. 48 from home. We'll have a ball up at the Marble Range attacking end, just off to the right-hand side.
Dan Minnie was pretty good there, mate. He was determined not to just blaze away and kick it down forward. He was happy just to wait for the other short kick, so pretty good there by Dan.
Carey won the tap down. Jarvis got the clearing kick, and that was a good mark by Druitt, who then sends it straight across the boundary line. No chance there for Jackson Mason to get across, and we'll get the last contact free going the way of Marble Range on this right centre wing. Where do they want to go? They just decide to go short, and the mark is taken there by Will Charlton. Charlton now looks up. Doesn't see a whole lot.
Happy to wait though, mate. This is the maturity I was telling you about Marble Range. They're happy to wait and just back themselves. The opportunities will come up.
3-on-1 contest, and it was a good spoil going in from Morgan. Miller Pickett overran it. Dennison picked up for Lincoln South, away to Wilkins, who goes longer into the forward line. Is it overheads? It's going to keep bouncing. It's going to keep bouncing, and punched away there by Marshall. Oh, Marshall did well to get it. Oh, they do well, Marble Range, to pick that one up, and they just keep their composure. That could have been really difficult with making a mess of it. Chip into space, and the mark is taken, and they're just going to slow. No, they're going to keep going here with Marshall, away to the left-hand side, sending his man on the chase, and that's a good mark taken on the run by Calderwood. Calderwood swinging it in, and Dennison put down what he probably should have taken, and now that ball is off hands of Sivitson by the looks there, and we'll go for a boundary throw in.
Excellent by Price Marshall down the back line. He was gone for all money. Lost his footing, mate, and he ended up getting the ball back, and now it's down in their forward line for Marble Range.
40 metres out. Marble Range attacking end off to the left-hand side, and now Marble Range go without the crumb. Now they pick it up, but immediately set upon there is Murray Waite. He has been quiet as a church mouse so far. They've really locked down on him.
Yeah, hasn't had much opportunity, but this is their chance, Marble Range, to keep in their forward line. They've just got to fight for this one.
Tap out one by Marble Range. Aiden Baker overran it. Now they get the crumb, and they have an opportunity to go here. Dan he got poleaxed.
Wow.
Huge hit, and the free kick will go the way. I think that's Jarvis out there affecting a tackle. I've been told that I'm a little bit harsh on Ben Jarvis. He's really standing up so far, along with Cohen Dennison.
Strong tackle.
I think are probably my two leaders for Lincoln South as far as the Sports Power Superstore MVP nomination goes. That's off hands. No, he's paid the mark, and Hayden Carey took one. A little bit dubious, but we'll pay it. And now Carey looks up, and he's just going to slow things down now. He just waits for play to unfold, and now Carey will go long. Oh, that's a wobbler. That's an ordinary kick, and Josh Slade takes it on the edge of the centre square. Slade's now going to take his time, just waiting for his team to transition from defence to offence. Kicks into midfield. Miller Pickett allowed it to go, and that meant that the man running onto it couldn't quite get it. Jarvis, that's a barrel and a half. Long kick, looking for Druitt. It over pitched on him, and now the kick away. Is that going to sit up? It does sit up nicely in the end. Tom Charlton was a bit fortunate, but the ball is punched over the boundary line, and we'll get a boundary throw in. 55 from home. Lincoln South attacking in, pocket of death.
Just holding strong, Lincoln South at this stage, their back line, but maybe their Marble Range they maybe need to pick up the pace a little bit and start getting a bit quicker in their forward line instead of worrying about that short kick.
Tap down one by Mason. Marble Range got the crumb back and they kick out wider. Hayden Carey with the spoil, and that ball is going to bounce well and truly over the boundary line right in front of the RSL Club Hall, and we will get a boundary throw in on genuine left centre wing for Marble Range, maybe even a little bit forward of the centre. Hayden Carey is there just waiting for the boundary throw in to come, and Jace Morgan is there as well, and that wind just caught everybody. Dennison shadowing there, and that's a throw, and unfortunate, it was an open palm, and the umpire spotted it 100%, and Cohen Dennison will get the free. You're right, if it wasn't paid, they were off to the races, Marble Range.
He was off, mate. Certain goal, that one, I reckon.
Dennison now will play on out to his right-hand side. It'll just sit up in the breeze. He goes for a 2-on-2 contest, and Lincoln South get the crumb down, and they lost their footing. That was an opportunity, but maybe just a little bit of that drizzle earlier on, just allowing the ground to have a bit of give in it, and the boundary and the umpire, calls for a ball up. Round about 65 from home in the pocket of death. Big tackle setting in there. They are really right on their defence at the moment, Lincoln South, and we'll have a ball up 65 from home, a little bit towards more centre.
The breeze has probably picked up just a little notch as well.
Marble Range with the crumb at Slade, taken towards the boundary line, and Slade goes straight across the boundary line in the tackle. No opportunity to dispose there. Set upon by Cohen Taylor, and we'll have another boundary throw in. Still around about 65 from home, so they are just keeping that distance there, Lincoln South, not allowing Marble Range any room to move.
Just tight football in it, mate. Just dirty football, Lincoln South, but it's effective.
Good throw in there from the boundary umpire, allowed for the win that time. Marble Range onto the crumb, and the hand pass only got as far as Aiden Baker. He's got no chance to get rid of that one. You could almost make a case that he was tackled before receiving it, but the umpire says no, and we'll have a ball up just on the edge of the centre square. Carey had a swing and a miss, and now getting across there was Baker. No, Slade tried to beat one. Hand pass away to Max Black. Now they've got some room, Marble Range, working to midfield. Miss Guy Hutchinson. Botter falling back. Where's Botter going? Botter, he needs to get the hand pass. Max Williams overran it. Marble Range with a chance here. It's going to be Sivitson. In fact, it's Montgomery getting back. Set upon there in the tackle by Murray Waite. Montgomery not letting it go. 35 from home, almost straight in front. Marble Range attacking end. We'll have a ball up.
Good opportunity here for Marble Range. It seems like they're holding back a little bit, Marble Range. They're just waiting for someone else to go get the ball and get it out to them. They've got to get there with numbers.
Lincoln South won the tap down. They can't get Crumb clear. Now they can with Botter. It's a bit of a slice into midfield. 3-on-1 contest. And Jackson Mason probably should have ended up taking that in the end. Lockie Pake with it now. Incorrect disposal is an umpire says no. Marble Range still there. Slade with the hand pass over the top to Black, went without it. Still there for Lockie Pake. Got the hand pass forward. Slade can't get the bounce he's set upon. Can't get it out of there. Botter with the tackle. We'll have a ball up 40 out in front.
Good tackling by Lincoln South. They've just tightened the screws up a little bit here the last 5 minutes, Lincoln South. And like I said, Marble Range, they just can't fire a shot. They can't get the ball. Can't get it away. Can't get any run.
Almost 8 minutes gone. No score in this second term, and that shows you how well Lincoln South have shut things down, and now they try and sock it to their own advantage there. Craig Dowse unable to get across, but it was off hands, so we'll have a boundary throw in. Just the effort at the ball. We've had 8 minutes and no score. Just shows what desperation there is.
Well, Lincoln South took advantage of the wind the first quarter. Marble Range have to take advantage of this wind because it is a 3 or 4 goal breeze.
Tap down one by Wolford. Cohen Taylor picked up the crumb. Hayden Carey with the wobbly kick forward. Jack Ramsey off hands, trying to tap to his own advantage. And he can not win the ball back, but he does win the tackle. And we'll have a ball up midfield. So Jack Ramsey got the second best result he could get, and that was to shut the ball down if he couldn't get it. And Lincoln South won the tap down, couldn't get the crumb. Miller Pickett onto it. Dennison straight onto him. Miller Pickett picked it up, and he had a swing and didn't get much purchase. Murray Waite getting across. Montgomery there as well. Bit of a touch, and now Waite having a swing in toward goal, and it's out to the left-hand side, through for just the 1 point. So Marble Range move along to 6 points. 6 behinds on the Courtesy Sales and Service scoreboard, trailing Lincoln South 3 straight 18. 9 minutes gone second term on the Airpole Hell Place time clock for the best curries in town.
It was only really chance for the first quarter, for the only quarter so far, their scoring shot there for Marble Range, but that perceived pressure for Lincoln South, just too much pressure for them.
Aiden Baker kicks in. Ben Jarvis, City Motors Mark of the Day contender. We're starting to see a few fly now, and that is an absolutely spectacular one from Jarvis. A bit of a specky here in the second term. We'll note it down for later, and now Jarvis will continue on down that right side as you can hear the wind in our microphones.
There's a screamer. I'm locking that one in for the City Motors mark
Oh,
of the day.
This is outstanding marking happening at the moment. I think that might be Mason. We'll keep an eye on that one. And now Jack Ramsey wants to get in amongst it, but the ball will be punched across the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in.
To Caden Bryant?
Yeah, it was Caden Bryant in the end with that one, and that was an absolute screamer.
Which one is it, Jarvis or is it Bryant we're going to pencil in? Because, I mean, oh, both brilliant marks.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one because that was a good one. And as now we see the umpire calling for a ball up, and wow, we've seen two speckies back to back, and that was quite incredible what we saw there. And now we get the ball up, and Lincoln South won the tap down, Marble Range to the crumb, and it's still sitting there on the bottom of the pack, and we'll have another ball up, 45 from home, just off to the right-hand side. Lincoln South attacking end, and we've seen crowd seems to have picked up as well, as now umpire wastes no time with the ball up. Dennison trying to go back. Cohen Taylor there first. Cohen Taylor swings it back into the forward line. Wagner missed on the bounce, and Marble Range, they miss again. Here's an opportunity. Ramsey can't get it clear. Is he slung? No, he's called incorrect disposal. Could have been six. It was 6 of one, half dozen the other, because I thought Ramsey hit the deck pretty hard, but now Will Charlton with it in his right back pocket, I should say.
Got to move it quick here, Marble Range. Got to move it real quick.
Wagner doing well just to back off, so he doesn't know where to go. He'll kick to a 4-on-3 contest. Morgan getting in there, taking the mark well. That was Dylan. And now he hand passes away to Guy Hutchinson. Hutchinson keeps it going. He wants Daniel Watson. Took the good mark. Cohen Dennison on him. And Dennison just holding on as long as he could before there was a problem. Watson looking to centre up. Baker doing well to get back there. He's held without it. Surely, umpire. No, it's called play on. Hayden Carey now trying to dispose of it. He could have been called gone. And now straight to the bottom of the pack. And that's a big, big rough tackle. And I don't know how much Cohen Taylor's going to like that one. Although the fact that he's dragged to his feet there by Cooper Miller probably offsets it.
Well, real opportunity here for Marble Range. They've got to do something here with this one.
We're almost at 12 minutes into the second term, and Marble Range have only put on 1 point to nothing, as now Jarvis picked up the crumb and got a wobbly kick in towards midfield. The bounce sits up and is punched down, and we've got a free kick going in here, and it'll go the way of Jackson Mason. So now Lincoln South, gee, wouldn't this be big if they could go and put a goal on, while Marble Range couldn't actually kick anything other than 1 point into this breeze. Mason, he looked up, he liked what he saw, but he decided against it because it was probably too far. Good contest there. That was Druitt, and strong bump put on, and I think that might have been Hutchinson getting back, and now they finally get the ball back. It's a wobbly old kick. Dylan Morgan's going to pick it up. Hand pass away to Hutchinson. He's gone. No, umpire calls play on. They thought they had the free. Wagner had the opportunity. That sits up for Ramsey. Oh, no. Couldn't quite bring it down. Ramsey tries to get it away. It's locked into the contest. We'll have a ball up. Oh, he's willing here at Centenary Oval.
The tension's definitely picked up another 10% here, but that was good by Yowie Wagner. I'm pretty sure Benny Jarvis is playing the loose man in Marble Range's back line there too, mate. He's on 7 disposals for this quarter so far.
Ball up, goes straight across the boundary line. Nobody got a piece of it because Jackson Mason was laid in at the ball, and we'll have a boundary throw in. 48 from home on the left-hand side. Lincoln South attacking end. In fact, we're going to go to 45.
Fair to say Marble Range looking a bit shell-shocked at the moment. They're looking a bit stale. They don't know what's going on. So they've just got to... they're going to have to try something different here. Someone's going to have to get in there and go and get it. I think it's Hutchinson's got to do it, mate. He's the man, I reckon.
Boundary umpire throws in, and swing and a miss there from the pack. Shoots out to the side. Was there a man taken without it? Umpire says no. They're just all over it at the moment. Ramsey with the hand pass away. It's still in the contest. Who's got it? Who's got it? It's a dead ruck, and we'll have a ball up around about... probably closer to 40 than the 45 out, but it is still Lincoln South attacking in at the scoreboard end. Up it goes quickly, and Mason won the punch that time, but Dan Minnie first onto it. It's a wobbly old kick up towards half back, and Montgomery went without it. Hayden Carey just bombs straight back into the forward line.
Oh, well.
Great grab taken in front. Oh, they had one opportunity, and the mark is taken there by Brody Druitt. He can line up for his second. What a momentum shift this could be.
He seems to be doing it all for Lincoln South at the moment, Druitt, but he did the simple thing, mate. That was just get in front of your man. The ball dropped right into his lap. It's simple football, mate, and just bombed it in by Carey. Lachlan just in the right spot.
It wasn't that good a bomb in either. He didn't get all of it.
No, it was a big mongrel kick.
It just sat, drew it from 35.
He punched it through. Look at that.
Yes, he has. Second goal for Brody Druitt. It's 4 for Lincoln South, and that is the first goal of this second term. 14 and a half minutes into it on the Ampol Hallett Place time clock. And here come Lincoln South.
Well,
they could be ready to put the dagger in. It's 4 straight 24. Marble Range 6 points on the Curtis of Sales and Service. Tumby Bay Cummins and Woodner scoreboard.
I guarantee you, Yowie Wagner would have said to his players at quarter time, I want you to just worry about the 50-50 football. Just beat your opponent. That's all you have to worry about. Beat your opponent, and the rest will look after itself, because that's all this is. Lincoln South are just beating their opponents. They're getting to the ball. They're doing the simple things right. It's not great football to look at, but it's just it's effective at the end of the day.
Umpire is at the ready. We have, I think that might be Mason in ruck this time, and it is, and he beat Morgan, and trying to run onto it there is Ben Jarvis. Effects a very good tackle, and the umpire will call for a ball up. And even by the high standards, I said Ben Jarvis, he's had a monster game so far today.
Oh, like I said, I think he's on 8 disposals for this quarter. So, yeah, he's an absolute blinder.
Hayden Carey won the tap down on that occasion, got his own crumb back, and it's a wobbler kick into the forward line, punched away over the top of Jake Horton. It's going to sit there for Jarvis.
9 disposals.
He swings it into the forward line, and it's punched away there by Druitt. Still chasing that ball down. Kobe Sampson went without it, trying to pick the ball up clean here. Lincoln South, they can't. It's immediately set upon by Marble Range. It'll be a ball up, but it's only 35 out, straight in front of Lincoln South's goal.
So Benny Jarvis was playing that loose man in Marble Range's backline, but now he's gone forward for Lincoln South, so he's still loose.
Hand pass away, Jake Horton tries to swing it in toward the goal, and it's punched away. It's going to sit up here, and taking the ball towards the boundary line is Bodie Brown. It's off hands, and we'll have a boundary throw-in right in front of the Ampol Haddle Place time clock.
Marble Range got to stop the bleeding, and the bleeding is Benny Jarvis. I'm telling you right now, he doesn't have an opponent at the moment. You can't let a bloke like that run around in a grand final. He will just he'll take the game away from you.
Boundary umpire throws in. It goes all the way to the back of the pack. Mason had a swing and a miss. Lincoln South still with it. Here is Falciani trying to get the ball back in the ruck, and he's not able to wrestle it free, and we will have a ball up. There is desperation aplenty here from Lincoln South. 16 and a half minutes gone. Second term, Ampol Haddle Place time clock. Ball falls to the bottom of the pack. Lincoln South back with it, and they finally get the kick in. It's smothered in full. Baker's going to get there first, is he? Aiden Baker got the hand pass away. Who gets there in the first challenge? Marble Range did, but it's not locked into the contest. Now Lachlan Jennings sets upon Max Williams, and we'll have a ball up.
Good example right there, mate. The ball was coming out of Lincoln South's forward line. Who was there first? A Lincoln South player, mate, first to the ball. Bang, it goes back in again.
In fact, it was Craig Dowse. The orange boots belonged to Guy Hutchinson, rather. Here's Lockie Jennings from his own end of the goal square, kicking long over the head of Sivertson. Cohen Dinnison falling back to get the ball. Taps to his own advantage, trying to beat Murray White. Dinnison will be happy for this one to go across the boundary line. It doesn't quite get there. Now it does.
Good
and
result.
It's off a boot. It's off a boot. So now Murray White will get the free kick. They've done well there, Marble Range. Can Murray White put this all the way home and make a liar of me? Murray White, he goes for home. He swings it into the goal square, won't have the legs. Pack flew, and it's out to the right-hand side for another behind for Marble Range. Another point moves them along to 7 behinds, trailing Lincoln South 4 straight 24 on the Curtis of Sales and Service scoreboard. Dave, I don't remember the last time I saw such one-sided accuracy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy right in front of our eyes, mate. But is it coming from Marble Range? Is it coming? I just don't know. Like their shots for goal are a bit rushed at the moment. There's no sort of purpose kicking. There's no one down to actually, no target for them.
Aiden Baker with the kick in. Max Black is going to hair our way after that one, but he can't quite get there. Boundary umpire to throw it in. Round about 40 from home, off to the left-hand side. Marble Range attacking end here at Centenary Oval. They're kicking with the breeze, but they're yet to kick a goal. They've only kicked 2 behinds to Lincoln South's single goal in this second term. Hayden Carey won the tap down. Ball pinballs around. No real crumb there to win. Now Cohen Taylor gets a wobbly old kick. Oh, that's a super mark. Real strong effort there going in from, well, is that Yowie playing at halfback?
Yeah, that's Yowie. Yep.
Okay, Yoey's come a long way back, and he's just telling his men to get as far forward as he can, and Yoey got plenty of purchase on that one. Forward of right wing. Pack flew, falls to the back of the pack. Lincoln South still with it, and they can't get clear, and the umpire will call for a ball up surely. Yes, he does. And we move along to 19 minutes played on the Ampol Haddle Place time clock in this term. Yowie deciding just to take a little bit of a lead there, moving to half back, doing very well. Mason won the tap down, and it's a away now for Jennings. Jennings' hand pass is partially smothered. Tries to punch again, doesn't succeed. And now they get a wobbly old torpedo into their forward line. Who's going to get there first? And Hold'em overran it. Sivitson straight onto it. Tries to go around. His man can't do so. Into the middle for Carey. Carey, he got under that one, so it's a little bit of an up and under. Pack forms underneath. Good spoil there from Marble Range. Mini onto it. Mini hand pass over the top, finding Will Charlton. Charlton away looking for Jennings. Is it going to sit for him before it goes across the boundary line? Jennings does well to keep it in, just ahead of Baker. No, he doesn't. And what's he got? No, Jennings did get hand to it, but he couldn't quite keep it in. And we will have a boundary throw in.
Colby Cheese, Sivitson was excellent then off the half-back line. Just straight line running there, mate, and left Hold'em for dead.
Tap down one there by Wolford for Marble Range, and the ball can't be picked up there. I think that's Slade overlooking the challenge, and I think that might have been Cohen Taylor affecting the tackle. Yes, it was on Lockie Paken. We'll have yet another ball up just outside the centre square at the Marble Range attacking end of Centenary Oval. Carey up for the ball, and it sits at the bottom of the pack. Marble Range trying to rip this one out. They can't do so, and we'll have yet another ball up.
As we hit what's at the 20-minute mark now, and it seems like the pace has gone off the game a little bit. That's certainly not what Marble Range need. They need that pace up.
Hayden Carey won the tap down, and straight onto it goes Tyler White. White tried to get the kick in. It was smothered off the boot, and now that's going to bobble around. Is that off a boot? And what are we going to see here from the boundary umpire? And we're going to see a throw. And not sure which boot that one came off last, so they'll just decide to go with the boundary throw, because I'm pretty sure it did come off a boot. We look like we've got, is that Price Marshall coming back into the game at the moment, looking just to add a little bit of spark in that midfield. Lockie Pake making way, as now boundary umpire does throw in. Wolford won the tap down, and the bounce favours Josh Slade. Beat 1, 2, 3. Good defending effort through the pack. Hold'em is there first. Good spoil there from Sivitson. Max Williams onto it as well. Getting across there is Sivitson. Cut to ground. Big scything tackle. It was all fair. We'll have a ball up. 51 from home. Almost in the centre of the field at the Marble Range attacking end.
I hate to say, but that's probably the first time this quarter where there was 4 Marble Range players attacking the football. It's probably too little too late this quarter, but yeah, they're going to have to regroup at half time.
Hayden Carey won the tap down, back for Jarvis. It's touched on the way down to his boot. Cohen Taylor picked up the crumb and wobbled it into the midfield. Pack flew, missed, and Jackson Mason's trying to get there. He soccers off the ground. He's going to look for Yowie. He can't handle it. Yowie will try and tap to advantage. Good effort there from Gary. Pops it up, and Ramsey's going to try and get across here. Jace Morgan's there first, though. Morgan got the hand pass away to Sampson. Sampson's in trouble. Hand pass back for Morgan again. They do well to get out of trouble here. Now they've got a real problem. Umpire says gone. Lincoln South with the free. It's Cohen Taylor now to pick up. Is he going to go to Yowie? Taylor hangs it up in the breeze. Here's Yowie. Can't take it. He had a swing and a miss. Kobe Sampson across to spoil that one. And watch it go across the boundary line at the 50 arc intersection. In the pocket of death, we'll have a ball up. Lincoln South attacking end.
Not good signs from Marble Range there. The ball's coming in a bit quick now to Yoey's. One out down there now in the forward line. He's screaming for it. He wants it. Not good signs from Marble Range here. Guy Hutchinson's got to step up and do something here, mate. He's just come on the ground.
Boundary umpire with the throw in. Lincoln South win it. Now they bomb towards the goal square, but there's only one man back there, and that's Marble Range, and he takes the mark. Yowie was found wanting because he was headed into the ball rather than staying up front. And Yowie just a little bit frustrated there that he didn't read that one, but I don't blame you, Yowie. I probably would have expected an ugly ball there too. Pack flew. Price Marshall going up hard, and that's dangerous. That's dangerous. And yeah, I think Hayden Carey knows it. And is that Price Marshall there? He might even be looking at a card. Yes, he is. Hayden Carey. He's got a big problem here, Hayden Carey, because he's got a yellow. And off he goes, Hayden Carey. He knows it.
Okay, sling tackle.
Yeah, and
well, see, some of the Marble Range boys should be getting over there and letting him know about it. I think, mate. It's not undisciplined. It's just sticking up for your team, mate. Let him know that. Gets what he deserves there. Yeah,
and now Slade will bring it into the midfield with the 25 penalty. And he's asking for the exact mark, and now he's got it. 23 and a half gone. He's going to have to move quick here. Slade, if Marble Range want a goal in this game, goes around the man on the mark in Druitt. He swings it into the forward line. Getting across there, though, the only man there is Zane Montgomery, and he says, let's slow it right down, boys. Let's just take our time, have a breather. And now Montgomery runs away to his right-hand side. He didn't get all purchase on that. Jarvis is across there to take a screamer.
Another one.
Ben Jarvis. Oh, if he earns best on ground, he thoroughly deserves it this year, Ben Jarvis. He's having a monstrously big game.
Either that or City Motors Mark of the Day, mate. He's taken 2 screamers today, so definitely showing his class. But Jace Morgan just come off the ground then from Marble Range. He looked absolutely spent.
He was certainly going hard at the ball for a short period there. Steve Paul with the mark now on right centre wing, and Steve Paul will just run in and just bang it long as far as he can. Didn't get full purchase on that one, but he is into the breeze. Luke Wilkins back to it. He goes without it. Ball still sitting there. Josh Slade going across to it, and now Lincoln South pick up a crumb. They try and keep possession in field, and Minnie now back to it. He gets the hand pass back to his own man. Oh, Sampson almost caught there. Had a wobbly barrel upfield, and it's off hands. Who's going to get there first? Lincoln South do well to spoil, so Marble Range overrun it. Botter's going to get there first, tap to his own advantage, and Guy Hutchinson spinning straight into the hip, and he'll go to ground. We'll have a ball up in the centre circle.
I think both sides will be happy for the siren to go now.
25 minutes gone. Ampol held place time clock in this second term, and up it goes, down it comes. Morgan had a swing and a miss. Cohen Taylor trying to tap to own advantage. Now he has a swing and a miss, and it's tapped away from him. Taylor to ground, and now tapping to advantage here is Baker. He was held out of that by Slade. That's a throw. Umpire misses, calls play on. Oh, he gave the free to Slade and play on. Here's Hutchinson sending it into the pocket. The mark taken by Wolford. And now finally Marble Range have an opportunity. They need this so badly.
Well, they had the ball in the right hands there. Guy Hutchinson, he's the man that's going to actually get this locomotion going again, mate. And I'll tell you what, if this is not the most important goal possibly all year for Marble Range, this is it right now.
Tell you, this is the sort of angle Jed Wolford is working with. Goal umpire Ian Beebe is standing directly behind the goal post.
Yep.
He can't actually see the ball at the moment. Such is his positioning. That's not a slur on Beebe.
This is very
That's
doable.
just the angle.
Yeah, very
so
doable.
Here's
kick.
Wolford. Moves in.
I like it.
Moves
I like
in.
it. He
moves
likes
in.
it.
Oh, he's a genius! Jed Wolford,
Well.
finally. Marble Range are on the scoreboard and right on the siren. Did they need that, or did they need that? Marble Range 1-7-13 will go to half-time, trailing Lincoln South 4 straight 24. And this is an interesting situation they find themselves in, because Lincoln South had the better of that quarter in terms of how the game panned out.
Yeah.
And they probably think of themselves as having won that quarter. The scoreboard says otherwise, but they probably think they won the quarter. But right at the end of it is when Marble Range finally found something.
Well, I can tell you what that goal did that Jed Wolford just kicked in, mate. You saw Jace Morgan coming to the bench. He looked absolutely spent. As soon as Jed Wolford kicked that goal, Jace Morgan sprinted out there and gave Jed Wolford a pat on the bum, mate. And Marble Range bench, they all just ran off the bench then and just got going again. So there's life back in the lungs for Marble Range, you know. And I don't know about you, Keith. I was getting a little bit worried that this game was getting too far away from him, mate, because in my little highlights package here for the second quarter, I've got Ben Jarvis, 12 disposals, Hayden Carey, again dominant, and that's it. There's nothing for Marble Range except for probably that last minute of play. They needed something, mate, and they did. There's a bit of life there still for Marble Range.
I tell you what, we talk about how the EP Surf goal of the day, we don't give it to many set shots. We have to put Jed Wolford down for that one there.
Yep.
And
just the importance of it.
Yeah, the importance of it. But given that we had some rain earlier on, we thought, okay, maybe we'd get some spectacular goals. The marking standard has been absolutely magnificent. Ben Jarvis, in particular.
Geez. Absolute class above the rest, mate. He's absolutely turned it on this quarter, and what a quarter to do it. But, yeah, goal of the day, it's going to be a tough one, isn't it? Just that pressure that both sides are feeling. There's just not going to be any sort of inspirational goals, I would have thought. They're coming from standard little balls out the back and just hard work they're coming from, just hard work. And I think that's where Lincoln South are getting down to that dirty business, mate. They're the underdogs. They're coming in, they're fighting, they're scratching, and it's getting them over the line, mate. Marble Range are probably sitting back a little bit, waiting for it to happen for them. Guy Hutchinson, mate, you need to get in there more, mate. He's a classy play, Guy Hutchinson, mate. He needs to step up and just show these boys how to actually do it. He's the man for me to do it.
Curtis of Sales and Service out-of-town scoreboard coming up next at half-time on our live coverage of the 2025 Port Lincoln Football League Grand Final. Thanks to our number one ticket holder, Macca's Port Lincoln, the home of local footy here on 5CC.
It's where legends are made.
at Centenary Oval. It's not falling cats and dogs or anything fierce. It's more just a gentle mist at this stage, and the wind is certainly continuing to play havoc out there. Those flags are really standing at full mast at the moment, both the Lincoln South flag and the Marble Range flags and all the City Motors flags as well. They are really doing some work in the breeze, and the breeze just swirling a little bit at the moment, and that is going to make things very, very difficult for both sides going into the third term, the championship term. Dave Turner, as you return to the call, Lincoln South already back out there. They're very keen to go, but Lincoln South, an 11-point lead. They didn't win the second term, but they would have thought this was an outstanding term until Marble Range kicked the goal right on the siren. What does that do to the mentality when you think you've out and out won the quarter and then your opponents come back and kick one after the siren?
I think realistically for Lincoln South, they can't really hang their heads too low. I mean, they played 98% of that quarter was all theirs, so it's more about Marble Range, what they can actually get out of it, and I suppose they'll get something out of it. Lincoln South, it shouldn't bother them too much, mate. They've got the breeze this quarter. They're not looking at slowing down, that's for sure, mate. They're, as I said, they're out of the club rooms already, ready to go. So they want this, they're ready to fire up. Marble Range, yep, would have given them a bit of inspiration, but geez, he's got a long way to claw back, I'll tell you, and it will be clawing back, mate.
Second term was 1-2 to 1 straight. Jed Wolford with the goal right on the siren. But the fact that Lincoln South, that they weren't just in the game, they dominated large stretches of that second term, which we weren't expecting because Lincoln South just so strong in that first term. We thought, okay, it's the breeze, now it's Marble Range's turn, but Marble Range, they never looked comfortable at all in that term. Even that last goal they kicked, there were stretches where it was a good contest and there were stretches where Lincoln South dominated, and you can't really say that Marble Range had the best of anything in that second term.
Lincoln South just made it a dogfight, mate. They played that 50-50 football. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Yowie would have just said, just beat your opponent out here. Beat your opponent, and let's just see what happens. We'll go from there. And once they started beating their opponent, the Marble Rangers' heads, they just dropped, and their confidence just started dropping, and they no one was actually going in there to get the football. And Lincoln South players just come in and just swept it from underneath their feet, mate, and off they went.
I've spoken so far in the call about, I thought Hayden Carey's had a big game. Ben Jarvis is playing out of his skin. Cohen Dennison has certainly stepped up today as well. Cohen Taylor's having a big game. For Marble Range, they don't have anybody who's really stamping themselves on the game.
It's probably one person that comes to mind. It's probably Dan Minnie. He's not doing a heap with it because there's no options out there for him, but he's thereabouts. He's serviceable at this stage. But yeah, you're right. Marble Range players, they're to and far from, far in between. There's not much going on there at all.
And that's probably the best thing you can say, because Dan Minnie, as you say, he's probably been the best, only just, but that doesn't mean that he has been absolute standout. As you say, serviceable is probably the best description. The rest of the Marble Range side, they just look as though they're just trying to hold on. They're just trying to stay in the contest.
Yeah, it's exactly what it feels like.
Whereas so many Lincoln South players are just setting their own terms.
Yep, that's what it feels like, mate. If I was, look, Hayden Parker's going to have to pull some sort of a party trick out here, mate, because that's exactly what Lincoln South are doing. You've got Benny Jarvis, 12 disposals that quarter. I'd be sticking someone on Jarvis and have Jarvis lead their player to the football. Just get on Jarvis. He's actually leading you to the football. You're 50-50 contest. You're back into the game. Hayden Carey, just rove off Hayden Carey. He's smashing. He's absolutely dominating for Lincoln South. Just rove off him, Marble Range.
The question then, if you put someone on Jarvis to lead you to the football, as you say, who do you put on Jarvis then? Because if you lead to the football and try and get stuck into the contest, that doesn't really leave you too many options to play make or to create, I suppose, if you put one of your strong midfielders on him. But if you don't put one of your strong midfielders on him, then you might be led to the ball, but you don't necessarily win the ball.
Doesn't necessarily need to be one of their strong midfielders, just someone who's stagnant down the forward line. Get them running. Say, right, you've got Murray Wake. You're on Jarvis for 10 minutes, and then bang, you swap it over. Jarvis will lead you to the football every day of the week, mate. He's got the brains of, he's got the AFL smarts out there, so put someone on him. They just need to get involved in Marble Range. That's all it is. It's just a mental thing. Lincoln South knew that. They tested him, and I'll tell you what, they were all over it, Lincoln South.
And you think the message from Yowie would simply be, just keep playing your game, play your man, don't do anything silly, because we had the best of it in that second term, no matter what the scoreboard says?
Oh, interesting. I just wondered whether he'll make it a dogfight now that they've got the breeze still, or this quarter, or whether they just open it up a little bit and spread the wings like an eagle does, and actually start playing a bit of flair and saying, right, boys, this is our quarter to go and win this grand final right here, right now? Or do they batten the hatches still and just play that dogfight? I think they'd be more positive than negative, Lincoln South, especially with this this breeze still up and about. I think Yowie Wagner will spread the wings a bit here. Maybe one out. I might even get Colby Severson back in the forward line.
Sticking with your tip, or you want to change?
What was my tip?
Marble Range by 8 points.
I'd love to change, but no, I'm not going to do that.
All right.
I'm going to stick with them, mate. They've the minor premiers for a reason, mate, and they've got the best coach in the league.
All right, I'm going to stick with my tip as well, so there's no commentator's curse at the moment. Umpires are back out there, which means the opening ball up of the third term is not too far away on our live coverage of the 2025 Port Lincoln Football League Grand Final. Thanks to our number one ticket holder, Macca's Port Lincoln, the home of local footy on 5CC. Jackson Mason won the tap down. Lincoln South with the crumb now, and they try and get it forward. They get stuck in the middle of the centre square, or on the edge of the centre square, I should say, and we will have a ball up just on the edge of the square. Tap down won by Mason. Marble Range then hack it back into the middle after winning the crumb. Good ball by Aiden Baker. He said, and umpire says he took the man without the ball. That's Max Black getting the free kick just ahead of Aiden Baker. Black now looks up and he just slows things down, doesn't know where to go. He keeps it low, drilling into the midfield, beats everybody over the top. It was a low kick. Lockie Jennings with it, right foot snap, he's smothered, big smother by Zane Montgomery. Big bump onto the ball and Marble Range lose it. Cohen Dennison can't pick up, trying to run onto the ball there, Marble Range, and they're caught with it. We'll have a ball up in the pocket of death on the 50-metre arc, Marble Range attacking end.
Well, you said it, Keith, that smother, and then they follow up with a bump by Montgomery is just the standard that Lincoln South has already set for this quarter, mate. But urgency is the key for Marble Range, just urgency. They need to get more urgent about their behaviour.
Falciani won the crumb and got it away for Druitt to put in a wobbler kick. Kicked into the man on the mark and smothered there by Yowie, who picks it up and he goes long, looking for his man up front. Can't take the mark, still in the contest. Can they keep the ball alive here? Yowie onto it, can't get the ball back, but they put the challenge on, and Marble Range will pick it up, kick into space. Miller pick it across to take the mark, and he can run. He takes the first bounce, puts it onto the boot, looking for his man on the leg. Good grab there from Jed Wolford, playing on quickly. Wolford now gets onto the left boot, swings it into the forward line. It's off hands at the back of the pack. Jennings overran it. Sivertson now across, trying to put the ball on the boot. He has a swing and a miss. There's high contact, is there? No. Picked up Lincoln South with it now. Hand pass away. Crowd bays for a free. Not forthcoming. Luke Wilkins gets it on the boot. It's a wobbly old kick. Lockie Paik taking the mark, 55 out. Paik now looks up. He doesn't see an awful lot to kick to. There's no real leads. Is he going to try and bomb from here? The wind has really dropped off momentarily. Paik, and he decides to send it further out, looking for the lead. Baker getting across there. Baker does well to spoil. Does he? No, the mark is paid.
Good mark, and I think it's a good option too, mate. He spotted him. Ball sort of hung a bit hot, bit heavy in the air, mate, but it was a good mark in the end, mate. It was a good option there.
Murray Waite taking the mark. Now he's going to be kicking from the pocket of death. The wind starting to pick up again slightly. And Murray Waite is right on the fence at the moment. He's going to be kicking this from probably about 40.
Zane Montgomery set the standard for Lincoln South early, but I tell you, Jed Wolford with his mark just before has set it for Marble Range.
Murray Waite in towards goal, and it's away to the right-hand side just for the 1 point. So my prediction is still good at this stage. Murray Waite unable to trouble the scorers with a goal so far. 1-8-14 Marble Range, trailing Lincoln South 4 straight 24, courtesy of Sales and Service scoreboard.
You don't blame Marble Range for kicking so many behinds, mate. This weather's... It's going to make it difficult for any side. Just, I don't know whether Lincoln South is having a bit more luck with the goal kicking or what it is, but nevertheless, it's a lot of points for Marble Range.
I think that's a good mark from Jackson Mason, about 55 from his own goal. I think the Lincoln South goals have come about because they've been harder at the ball, and Marble Range didn't have anybody playing a sweeping role at fullback.
Yeah, you're right. Those first 3 goals, yep.
Whereas Lincoln South have just made a mess of everything when it gets into the forward line, as Mason goes long down the middle, and Yowie couldn't take the mark, and now Ramsey just pumps it into the forward line. Zane Montgomery's a long way from home. It's going to sit here for Marble Range, though, and Will Charlton getting across, taking the hand pass, and Will Charlton throws it onto the boot. Back out to right centre wing. Tyler White in there, puts a good spoil on. Tyler White's going to pick up. He had more time, but he just wobbles it back into the forward line, over the back of the pack. It sits for Steve Paul. Hand pass back.
Good tackle.
Man didn't have an opportunity to dispose of. No, that's harsh. Unless he's called the throw, he didn't have an opportunity to get rid of it, and Josh Slade will go across and fetch the ball. The free kick will go the way of, I think, Kobe Sampson is going to receive the free.
Brilliant tackle, just not by the letter of the rule of the letter, really. It just wasn't any opportunity. But Steve Paul playing, looks like full forward for Lincoln South.
Yeah, Yoey's moved into midfield a bit as now Will Charlton takes 2 bounces and he sends it up to the wing, and Max Black couldn't get there. Aiden Baker did well. Connor Madden onto Black as well. Wagner's playing midfield at the moment. Good bump there from Wilkins in the contest. Max Black goes across. He's taken the ground there by Wilkins, and the umpire will call for a ball up. 55 from home, just off to the right-hand side. Lincoln South attacking in.
I wonder if Yoey's moved himself up the field just to keep that urgency, that voice up the field a little bit, to just keep on his teammates back a little bit.
Quite possibly, as now Connor Madden gets a floater in, and everybody had a swing and a miss. Here's a right foot snap.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh!
That go through?
Brody Falciani! EP serve goal of the season, if you don't mind.
Yep, easy.
Lincoln South, 5 straight 30. Marble Range, 1-8-14. That is just an absolute dead set party trick.
With the ball bounced right in front of him, he picked it up, he grabbed it at head height.
Oh.
Took 2 steps, kicked it over his shoulder, and it sailed that high, about, 10 metres above the other goalpost, and it just kept floating through, mate.
I'd say it was close
Monstrous
to 15 kick. Above the goalpost. That was just
from 45
that's the only
out.
word, monstrous.
Monstrous kick.
Wowee. So, Brody Falciani, I think we can throw everybody else out, because that was just genius kick from 45.
Yeah, you won't beat that.
And we've got a free. In fact, no, we don't have a free going in. The umpire is going to do the throw again. And Mason in ruck up against Morgan once more. And up it goes. Morgan won the tap down that time. Jarvis is going to get first to the crumb. He decides to sock it towards the boundary line. Guy Hutchinson's going to get there first. He got axed. Cohen Taylor tries to keep it in, and he did so. In towards Yowie. He can't take the mark. Ramsey's onto it. Jack Ramsey picks up, and he's driven. Oh, he's driven in.
Could be on here, yeah.
And umpire says we'll have a ball up. Murray weight affecting the tackle on Ramsey.
Oh, that was good tackle.
I'm prepared to go with it. 50-50 call, I thought. And the tap out one there by Marble Range. Slade onto the crumb, and he was immediately set upon by Cohen Taylor. And we'll have another ball up, 51 out, as the umpire takes no time at all to get on with it. Tap out one there by Lincoln South. They get the crumb back. Jarvis wobbles one in toward the forward line. The bounce eludes everybody, and Marble Range will get there first with Charlton, and just being shepherded towards the bounce. Oh, now that could be interesting. And the umpire says,
lucky.
We'll have a throw in. Oh, I thought that was deliberate.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, mate. I think it was very lucky.
I think that's one of those accidentally on purpose ones that they probably should have pinned, but nonetheless, we'll have a boundary throw in, round about 20 from home at the Lincoln South attacking end, off to the right-hand side. Over the throw goes, it falls short, punched away there by Lincoln South. They make a mess of it, and they punch it away there, Marble Range, and getting there first is Jake Horton, who decides to try and centre up. He missed Aiden Baker with it, back to Luke Wilkins. They still have it. Here's a right foot snap into the forward line from Tyler White, punched away. Who's going to get there first? It's Marble Range. Jake Horton affects the tackle, and now they just wobble a kick up toward the forward, toward the arc, I should say, and Aiden Baker will take the mark in the forward line. And what's he going to do from here? Josh Slade is standing on the arc, so Aiden Baker, if he's not going to look for someone, he's going to have to rip this one home. Wouldn't this be a score if he could kick 6 straight? And he's not going to. He's going to hang it up towards the top of the square. Pack flies, and there's a free going in here.
Oh, it's going to Jarvis, I think, mate, for blocking.
And yes, it is Jarvis who's going to get the free. You wouldn't back against him from here.
So I think the umpire saw something what he didn't, and it just looked like Jarvis was trying to work his way to the front, and obviously it was a deliberate block to stop his run, and the umpires picked it up.
I'm just looking. Oh, yeah, there was. Yeah, it was taken out in front of the contest.
So all eyes on Jarvis, not the football.
Yep.
The umpire says.
Yep. There was no effort to. It was all about blocking the man rather than contesting the ball.
Yep.
And
he's obviously got them. He's got them thinking about him, Jarvis. That's what they're doing. Too worried about him, not the ball.
Moves in 20 by 20 out. Ben Jarvis.
He won't miss this.
Ooh.
He loves it.
Yes, he loves it. Oh, he didn't kick it by much, Ben Jarvis, but they all count, and it's 6 goals for the Lincoln South side, and they are just carving it up now. Just under 9 minutes gone in this third quarter on the Ampol Hall Place time clock for the best curries in town. 6 straight, 36 Lincoln South, Marble Range 1-8-14. How would you be? 9 scoring shots to 6, and you're down by 22 points.
How would you be having Jarvis playing on ball, going down and kicking a goal in the goal square?
Exactly.
Get someone on him. Just get someone on him to follow him.
Yeah, I think he's got to be at the very least, leading the way towards a Sports Power Superstore MVP nomination. Elite Advice for Elite Performance, open 7 days.
Yep.
He's got some contenders with him from Lincoln South as well. Marble Range, they're needing to get into the contest at the moment, because right now they're not. There's now umpire at the ready. And it's Morgan and Carey back in ruck. So Carey will win the tap down. Slade will get across to the crumb first, but he's set upon by Cohen Taylor. And Taylor wasn't letting that ball out. And we'll have a ball up. Gee, now Marble Range, they are looking down the barrel.
Carey's that confident. He went to go grab the ball out of the ruck then. With 2 hands.
And the umpire just giving players a little bit more time to get out of the way there. Hayden Carey caught it and brought it down, and now Slade with it, beats one. He slides through, finds Miller Pickett. Miller Pickett from 50, he sends it goalward, and it's not going to get the distance, and it's going to sit. Here's Miller, back to Miller Pickett, and taken. They want the free, Marble Range, and the umpire says no, we'll have a ball up.
I think it was there. I think the free was there. I think it was definitely too high, and I think it was brilliant by Slade. And a show of class by Miller Pickett. I
would have lent towards it. I can understand why he didn't give it, but I still think he probably should have.
Yep.
As now Aiden Baker with it on the ground, and appealing there is Josh Slade. The ball does get whipped out, and then it gets stuck in the contest once more, and we will have a ball up.
My point is he was the only player going for the ball, and he copped it high, so I think he deserved the free kick then.
Ball punched away. I'll come back to that in a moment. As now Max Williams with it, and he's
That's
taking
better.
the ground. Is that a sling tackle?
Yeah.
Is that a sling tackle?
Oh, they come running from everywhere now.
What's the umpire going to say here? And it's Cooper Miller in there. What's the call? Lincoln South player is very slow to get up. And we've got a quick change coming in here from Luke Wilkins. And it is going to be a free going the way of Max Williams for the sling tackle.
Look, I know it's a bit dirty, but if it's going to fire your team up, then go in hard. Maybe make it a bit dirty.
One thing I will say about the umpires, a few weeks ago at Tumby Bay, I said the same thing, as now Hayden Carey got away with one there, shoving the bloke in the back. I thought that was a throw too, so maybe we'll call it all even.
Good tackle by
as Cohen
Hutchie.
Taylor takes it across the boundary line. The umpires here, they've probably been a bit lax on what we'd called, but they've been consistent at that standard. They've set the standard and they've stuck with it, even if it is probably lesser than what we'd set, so that's all you can ask.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good, but I sense a bit of an eruption about to happen here between both sides.
Yeah.
Something's brewing here.
Daniel Watson with it now. Cohen Dennison affecting the tackle, rips it out. Oh, he called Watson. Oh, well, I think Watson might have been a little bit stiff, but then again, he did run about 15 metres with the ball. Cohen Dennison did have it wrapped up, so...
He's got no one on the mark here, mate. He can take off and run. Nah, it's all right.
Minnie gets across to the mark, and now Dennison decides to pump it long all the way through the centre square. Mason, I thought, shoved a man out of the way. Umpire calls play on. Max Black beaten by the bounce. Getting across there is Guy Hutchinson, who puts a barrel in there. It's a good kick, but Zane Montgomery across to take the mark. He hasn't been as dominant as he has been, but he's still been just as effective.
Yep.
Montgomery now sends it out towards that left side. And, is it taken Falciani first? Yes, he did. Falciani did brilliantly to mark that ball before it crossed the boundary line. Falciani playing on now. Sends it long into the forward line. Yoey's being ridden like a jockey, and Mason couldn't come down with it. Yoey wanted it as well, and now it's wobbled back upfield. That's a good mark taken by Wolford, who's going to turn and go quick. Wolford sending in man on his own. Is Cooper Miller. He's going to take the mark.
He's got a man in the goal square
for on quickly, and just a little bit of effort there by the man on the mark from Sivertson. That was brilliantly done from Colby Sivertson. He lost out completely to Cooper Miller, but he just held him up long enough so that Cooper Miller couldn't bomb long.
Yep.
So now Miller is going to have a shot himself. He's going to be kicking from just inside 50.
The breeze has probably died off a little bit, but this will take a monstrous kick, but doable.
He's just off to the left-hand side too.
I did pick him early to...
Miller from
do
48.
something special. He's got it. He's got it.
Cooper Miller somehow found a way. Second goal for Marble Range. They're still in it. Lincoln South, 6 straight 36. Marble Range, 2-8-20. Curtis of Sales and Service scoreboard. We've played 14 minutes in the third term on the Ampol Howlett Place time clock for the best curries in town.
Could this be the spark, mate? Could this be the spark for Marble Range? Why not? Why not? He kicked that goal and they all ran to him. They're still up and about Marble Range, and why wouldn't they be? Well, this is that belief that they had in the second semi, mate. This is why they nailed that game. They're gonna have to dig deep here, but you know what? If that belief's there, why not?
There's a long way to go, but if there's no further scoring in this quarter,
it's
then
16 points, Keith. That's
margin with
nothing.
Marble Range.
It's nothing. 16 points is really nothing.
Hayden Carey won the tap down. Jarvis first to the crumb. Wobbles it into the forward 50. Bounce beat Wagner, and they tried to get there first. They got in each other's way, and now just sock it off the ground by Douse. In towards the forward contest. Getting across there is Caden Bryant. And it's just taken across the boundary line. Lincoln South will take that, and we'll have a boundary throw in just off to the left of goal, around about 30 metres out from the Lincoln South attacking. Oh, no, hang on. Caden Bryant's got the free. Caden Bryant's got the free. Maybe he was held on too long. And so Bryant will be kicking from a pretty nasty angle. It's about a 50-degree angle. But he's going to be kicking. The man on the mark is about 30 out, so he'll only have to kick from about 35.
It's definitely doable, mate. That breeze is heading straight through the goal line there. If he just pops it up, the breeze will do the rest.
Maybe just inside the right hand behind post, and it might carry on.
That's
he
what he
comes
does.
around, plays on in toward goal, and finally, actually he misses everything, so he doesn't even score.
He went close to the man on the mark then. Wouldn't even be surprised if he hit the man on the mark. And it ricocheted off.
No, they're giving the free, so there's obviously no touch. And I don't know what Yoey's appealing for, or is he talking to his own men? He might even be talking to his own men. Yeah, he's talking to his own men. There's not much to appeal there for Yoey. And now Marble Range will take the free kick from adjacent to their own right hand behind post.
He can play on here. There's no on the mark. He does.
Yeah, I think Yoey's happy for them to play on because he flooded the midfield. And then you make mistakes like that, and the tackle very effective. As now, I think that might even be Murray Waite getting across to the ball, and we'll have a ball up. And that's the thing, is they're happy to hang off the man with the ball because they'll just flood the midfield.
Absolutely, sort of leading you into a bit of a trap then, Yoey.
So very effective there from Lincoln South. And now Carey won the tap down. Marble Range first to the crumb, and they do manage to get the ball away. And the bounce eludes Josh Slade, and it went across the boundary line. That's the sort of thing they were getting in the second semi-final that Lincoln South weren't. And all that luck has just tipped on its head today.
Absolutely. Yep.
We have played...
Still plenty of time. What is the time
16 and a half minutes gone in this third term on the Ampol Howell Place time clock for the best curries in town.
If they get one here, Marble Range, it's going to be one hell of a last quarter.
Wolford won the punch out, and now Baker with it, and he just gets a wobbly kick back forward looking for Tyler White, and instead it's punched away across the boundary line. We'll have yet another throw in, and Murray Waite has been playing in the midfield. He hasn't been sighted up front in terms of genuine influence. He took one mark in the pocket of death.
Yep, get him up the ground, I reckon. He's too important to be quiet, Murray Waite. Get him active.
We'll see the boundary throw in as we move towards 17 minutes gone in this third term, so 3 minutes plus time on remaining. They need something here, Marble Range, because if Lincoln South can lock it down, Marble Range's end, everything will be going their way. Tap down one by Marble Range, but Lincoln South first to the crumb, and that ball gets stuck yet again to the bottom of the pack. They're going to make it as messy as possible, both sides here. Lincoln South don't want Marble Range to develop any more momentum. Marble Range, no, they can't afford to concede another one. And now Hayden Carey got it and tried to get away. And no, he's gone. He's been called incorrect.
Maybe this is it.
And now Minnie with it. Where does he want to go? He's going to slide, and just see them flood forward so quick. And now Kobe Sampson decides to pivot and spin back. Minnie going short into the midfield. Oh, well done there. Front spot, Jace Morgan found himself. He needed to get front spot. He's 7'4", something like that. Back to Minnie, who now goes long into the forward 50. Here's Hold'em, and good spoil again there. I think that might have been Sivitson, and they wobble it back into the midfield. But Lockie Pake with it. Pake now sends it into space. Is Cooper Miller going to get there? No, missed him. Over the top. Zane Montgomery flooding back. Hold'em trying to get there. Got a good shepherd on him, and Montgomery swung it back into the middle. Steve Paul punched away. Do they get a bounce? Hand pass over the top nicely. Here's Steve Paul looking for Jake Horton. Couldn't find him. Jake Horton still with it, and he just does well to poke it forward for Jackson Mason. Mason now gets the hand pass away. Here's Connor Madden, has to go quick. Kick is smothered. Josh Slade picks up the loose ball. Wobbles a barrel forward. There's only one man back there, and just shepherding all around him. And Hayden Carey is there to take the mark. And Carey, where does he want to go? He's just going to slow it down. Now he goes back to this right-hand side. It's a terrible kick. And Daniel Watson in front of Connor Madden taking the mark. Hand pass over the top to Guy Hutchinson. Taylor immediately on him. Madden forced the issue, and now Sampson just soccers it straight across the boundary line. One bounce. Cohen Dennison will get the free. All this rushing pressure from Lincoln South is exactly what we saw in the major semi from Marble Range.
Yeah, it's cramping their style, isn't it, Marble Range? Really is, mate. But Marble Range happy to play that chip game still. I've got to give them credit, mate. They're still backing themselves with their game plan.
Cohen Dennison long down this right wing. Pack through. Jackson Mason! Brilliant
solid.
Mark. Really solid effort. Got front spot.
Important, solid. Almost impossible, but dragged it down.
Looks up, goes long in the forward line. Wagner plays the mark, wants his man to take it, he does!
Now that's
Wagner played the beautiful shepherd.
Is that Wagner or is that our man?
No, Wagner played the shepherd beautifully, just holding the defenders out.
Yep.
And Jarvis is going to have an opportunity to kick his second, but just getting front spot there, Yoey Wagner could see that Jarvis was in a better position, so Yoey just held his ground, and Jarvis had a clean run at the ball because Gary then couldn't get around.
Yeah, beautiful awareness here between the boys.
Ben Jarvis is on about 30-degree angle, maybe 35. Off to the right-hand side.
Well, this would hurt.
He's going to be kicking from 35 to 40. Jarvis moves in. He lets it go from 40, starts at right side. It's curling back, not enough.
No.
And finally, we see a behind on the board for Lincoln South.
Yep.
They won't mind that, though. 6-1-37. Marble Range 2-8-20 on the Curtis' Sales and Service scoreboard. A goal would have been delightful, but they'll still take it, because it's just holding Marble Range at bay. We are now in time on at the end of the third term. 20 and a half minutes gone. Ampol Hallett Place time clock for the best curries in town. Will Charlton running it out to his right-hand side. It's a helicopter kick. It's not going to get the... Oh, yes, it does. And, in fact, hands off the back of the pack from Lincoln South. Helps Marble Range. Baker back with it, though. And now they'll pick it up. Will they? Will they? Yeah, oh, they'll try and soccer here, I think. And now I think they'll be happy just to see this get locked into the contest. And, yes, they will. And we'll have a ball up just shy of the Port Lincoln Mitre 10 sign here at Centenary Oval. It's about 75, maybe 80 from home. And Carey did well to get front spot there. Tries to get the hand pass out. Is that high contact? Umpire says no, we'll have a ball up.
I just wonder whether Lincoln South are slowing up here, because that kick from Jarvis, he looked tired. We've got to remember, mate, they've played every game in this final series. Are they starting to tire?
I think they're going to be very grateful for three-quarter time as now they send a long bomb, high bomb back inside forward 50, off hands back of the pack, drew it, got the hand pass in, trying to get free. Here is Connor Madden, he can't. He's got three on him. In fact, it was Brodie Druitt going to ground, and we'll have a ball up. I can see Connor Madden in front of me tagging Guy Hutchinson at the moment. Gee, tell you what, if Lincoln South can get one here, Marble Range, it is a big, big mountain to climb. As now we get a free.
Umpire said something. Free, Marble Range free.
Right, ooh, Marble Range get it.
They need to switch it here. They need to bring it out our side. No, okay, they don't.
Daniel Watson, he finds Will Charlton, who keeps it going long down that right-hand side. That misses everything.
Yep.
So Lincoln South will be able to bring it back in with Zane Montgomery.
It's playing into Lincoln South's hand every time they go that side of the ground. Lincoln South are happy to bring it back in that side. It just works beautifully for them.
Montgomery goes long, looking for the man in Mason, missed everybody over the back. And now Will Charlton will be able to punch clear, and going up for it and taking the mark out there is Wolford. Wolford now, he's got Luke Hutchinson free, ignores him, and Holden wants to provide a lead, and that's where he goes. Sivertson does well, provides a good little nudge in the back. There was nothing illegal about it. It was just good physical football, making sure Holden had to reach to get a hand to the ball, forces it across the boundary line. Boundary throw in, right centre wing for Marble Range.
Been a tough day at the office for Holden at this stage, but Jed Wolford, mate, as for the tall for Marble Range, he's definitely been the one to go for.
I did pick Murray Waite not to get a goal. I didn't think that would mean Hold'em as well. They've done really well on those full forwards. Jennings now with it back for Watson, who hand passes underneath the pack. Minnie tries to get it forward. He finds Miller Pickett. Miller Pickett, it's a wobbly old kick as it's touched off the boot. Call play on. Getting across there. That looks as though it might be Miller, is it?
It is.
He tries to centre up.
Oh, bang!
Oh, Guy Hutchinson.
Something out of
drifting
nothing.
into the forward line.
My man, Cooper Miller.
Well, you said he'd have a big one. Maybe he's just provided an assist on a goal that can really turn this game on its head.
And just the guy you want the ball in the hands of, mate, is Hutchinson, mate. Guy Hutchinson.
He's only just off to the right of centre.
Dan Minnie comes off for a rest.
Hutchinson moves in from 40, lets it go.
He likes it. Oh.
It is straight as a goal.
He puts the hand up to his ear as if, where's the noise now, Lincoln South?
Third goal of the afternoon for Marble Range, 3-8-26. Trailing Lincoln South, 6-1-37. Curtis' sales and service scoreboard. We move along to 24 minutes played in this third term on the Ampol Hallett Place time clock.
Just the man you want growing with confidence, Hutchinson. On the wing here, right in front of us.
They desperately needed that. Now they just need to lock it down through to three-quarter time, I'd say.
Well, it's usually Lincoln South playing that good 10-15 minutes of footy and they're back in the game. Well, maybe it's Marble Range's turn to start doing that.
They have desperately hung on so far in this term. Hayden Carey won the tap down, and Slade first to the crumb. Hand pass into nowhere. Aiden Baker got one in the back. Yeah, he did get one in the back. Oh, and now Daniel Watson's given up the 25. Oh, that's terrible from Watson.
Wow.
That's terrible discipline, because Aiden Baker, he might be able to find Yowie. Yowie wants the lead off to the left-hand side as he runs. Yoey's providing the lead now. Baker ignores it. Baker looks up. He might want to let it go soon. He just decides to drop it into space. He's looking for a lead from a teammate. It's off hands. Marble Range, Max Black with it. And now that's going to... Oh, was that high? Umpire says no, we'll have a ball up.
He wanted Jarvis, but Jarvis, I'll tell you what, mate, he is tired. He's got cramp. Jarvis.
Yeah, he has been putting in the big ones all... Big punch out there. And Yoey's trying to get onto it. Yoey's in! Yoey can't believe it! And that's exactly the style of goal we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
Yoey's second. He just runs hard at the ball, and everybody overruns him.
Yep.
Lincoln South 7-1-43. Marble Range 3-8-26. Curtis' sales and service scoreboard.
They're all too worried about what Yoey's doing, mate. Yoey's just got his eyes for the ball, doesn't he? Just read it better than everyone else. Out the back again. That's his second one from out the back, and probably Lincoln South's fourth goal from a cheeky one out the back, 10 metres out from the goals.
That's exactly what we were talking about earlier, the fact that Lincoln South have had the guys playing out the back in the sweeper role, shutting Marble Range down, forcing them to kick long, kick ugly, whereas Marble Range have committed all at the ball, no one at the back of the pack, so if there's a sidestep, they've got room in front of them if they can beat the last defender.
Exactly. It's a bit like your game, mate. They're sort of catching them a little bit out on the wrong side, aren't they?
I'd say it's more of a soccer play rather than a rugby league play, but I can see what you're talking about.
Yeah, a bit of an offside.
Yeah, the soccer offside. That's exactly what I'm thinking about.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know why Guy Hutchinson's not lining up closer to the ball up here. He's sort of more towards the corner of the square, but anyway.
Carey won the tap down, and the spoils have been going out the other side. You're quite right. And now Jarvis, was he slung down? Umpire says no. Jennings with it. He's gone. Got to be gone. Yeah, he had the opportunity.
Yep.
Absolutely. Cohen Taylor with the free now. Josh Slade, the man on the mark. And he goes out wider, and that looks as though it's Baker out there.
That was their opportunity, mate, because in front of Holden, all he had was space. And all Jennings had to do was just put it in front of him then.
Baker goes long down that left wing looking for a pack. Pack flew. It's off hands at the bottom. Steve Paul went without it. Marble Range back with it, and that looks as though it's Bodie Brown who will get caught with the ball. We'll have another ball up as we move along to 27 minutes played in this third term. Umpire at the ready. We can't have too long left in this term. And if Lincoln South get one here, then Marble Range, I think, could almost be looking at an impossible task, as now Slade will pick it up. They can go. They've got room in front. Hand pass over the top. He was going to get run down. Hayden Carey with it. Beats one. Got a wobbly kick in towards the square. And good mark taken. There was plenty of pressure applied. They're going to go quick here, though. They need a man loose. It's Max Black. Can he run the ball down ahead of his opponent? And, Yowie, leave it alone, Yowie. Morgan cocked a gobful, and Yowie immediately walked away. Smart move, Yowie, as we go to the three-quarter time break. Marble Range.
They're having a few words here. Yeah, Dan Minnie went over to the huddle there, mate, and said a few words to Yowie. I mean, good on him, Dan Minnie.
3-8-26, Marble Range trailing Lincoln South 7-1-43. Dave, your thoughts on that turn?
Oh, geez, mate. Where do I start? But yeah, where do I start? Oh, geez, there was opportunities there for Marble Range. You know what? It was like the flame was lit again, and then it sort of goes out again by that goal by Yowie Wagner, that little cheeky one out the back. So, yeah, is it too little too late? I think there's hope there for Marble Range still. I really do, mate. I really do. That's all I can say. But Lincoln South, yeah, look, I think they might be looking tired, Lincoln South.
Well, there's plenty of fatigue because Max Black and Will Charlton are getting the rub downs out there at the same time as Jarvis goes down for one as well.
Right.
There has been plenty of energy expended, and there's going to be even more in this final term coming up next on our live coverage of the 2025 Port Lincoln Football League Grand Final. Thanks to our number one ticket holder, Macca's Port Lincoln, the home of local footy on 5CC. with the 2025 Port Lincoln Football League Grand Final.
Hello.
Dave, what's the word out of the huddles?
All right, went to Lincoln South huddle, mate, and he just said to the boys, come in here, just calm down. He said, boys, a good chance to sort of etch yourself a bit of history here, right now. Marble Range are trying to shut the door on us. You just fight like hell to keep that door open, and the game's ours. Simple as that.
Makes absolute sense.
History, Yowie said.
Yep, 3 in a row is not easy. It's hard enough winning 1, let alone 2, let alone 3, let alone back to back to back.
For the first time ever in 79 years, I think, in Lincoln South's history to get 3 in a row. But they're not there yet, mate. And he's right, Marble Range are looking to close that door.
They certainly are. We're just waiting for some of the kids on the far side of Centenary Oval to jump the fence, and the umpire very keen to get them out of there, as we're just waiting for everybody else to clear the field at the northern end. And the southern end is now pretty well clear.
Sun's out. Marble Range have got to start winning these centre clearances, mate. It starts there, the engine room.
Well, they're only 3 goals down. 3 straight kicks and they're in front. Although, based on the accuracy, they really shouldn't be. Here we go. Final term
I like what they've done
the
here.
2025 season is underway.
Jed Wolford in the ruck, mate.
Who loses out the first tap, but Josh Slade picked up the crumb. Tried to get him out. Oh, he's gone. Yeah, that got knocked out of his hand. That's fair call. And now the free kick will go the way of, guess who? Ben Jarvis. He has been enormous today. He tries to float one inside forward 50. Ramsey didn't get there first time. Missed him. Hand pass over from Druitt. On to Connor Madden. Wobbles one forward. And the mark is taken by Will Charlton. He needed to get there and he had to reach down low as well. And he had to stop because otherwise he was going to get flattened. And good mark, falling mark taken there by Jed Wolford. Wolford looks around. Will Charlton wraps around. He gets it out wider. Finding now Kobe Sampson, who just gets the kick in ahead of the attention. They went looking there. Montgomery wanted it. And now the ball stuck to the bottom of the pack. We'll have a ball up just off to the left-hand side, probably 75 from home. Marble Range attacking end to the south.
Well, he didn't take the mark like he poked, but he went back with the flight of the ball, and it was courageous, I tell you.
Tap out one by Hayden Carey. Didn't get all of it, though. And now Josh Slade falling back for Marble Range. He went without it. Allows Lincoln South to get onto the ball, try and get some more territory. And now I think they're quite happy to take the ball to ground and force the boundary throw in. Josh Slade begging for the free, but based on the standard the umpires have set, there was absolutely no chance that there was going to be a free kick on that occasion. Boundary umpire to throw in.
I think Hayden Parker there, touch of genius there, putting Wolford in the ruck there, mate. He's got plenty of it all game and been the better for the Tools.
Particularly given that Hayden Carey has been so dominant, and unfortunately both Morgans. Oh, we got a free kick going in here for high tackle on Dan Minnie. It's against Luke Wilkins, so Minnie now, he wants 25 for the man overstepping the mark.
Wants to go short, does.
And he looks for and finds Zach Calderwood, who will play on now and beat one man and got the kick in just ahead of Brodie Druitt's pressure into the forward line, punched away. That's well done. Cooper Miller leads the chase, but the ball takes a vicious bounce. Baker back there, and that tap is going across the boundary line, and the boundary umpire will throw in. I can see some Marble Range supporters begging for it, but I'll tell you what, if Hutchinson didn't get done for deliberate earlier, there's no way that one is.
Yeah, true. True, very true.
Boundary umpire to throw in 35 from home. And ball comes down. Tap out one again there by Carey. And Lincoln South first to the crumb. Dennison going back. And now instead it's a right foot snap in.
Good mark.
Sensational grab now. He's going to be on a vicious tight angle here. Have to come around. No question about it.
It's Tom Charlton up forward.
We'll wait and see. Max Williams is on the mark, and you've also got Jack Ramsey. And the kick is across the face. Oh, that's a waste. That is a big waste from Marble Range. Moves them along to 9 behinds. 3-9-27. Trailing Lincoln South 7-1-43, courtesy of Sales and Service scoreboard.
So good early signs there for Marble Range. I must admit, they're happy to control the ball and go short still. They just need to move it a bit quicker, but good early signs.
Short kick to Dennison, who kicks long. It's an up and under, more than long. And was a man forced out of it? No, the mark is paid. I think Cohen Dennison went looking for the free on that occasion, didn't get one. And now they'll go long through Wolford, back inside forward 50. Didn't get all of it. And I'll give you 3 guesses as to who's taken the mark, because you'll only need one.
Ben Jarvis.
Oh, very good.
Yep.
And Jarvis at half back will swing around onto the right boot and continue back to that right wing once more, where a pack flies, and it's a big punch out there from Jackson Mason right across the boundary line, and we'll have the boundary throw in as boundary everyone's sort of leaving the area. quickly. Okay, so it's going to be Wolford up against Carey for the boundary throw-in once more. And here comes the boundary umpire again. We've played 4 minutes on the Ampol Howard Place time clock, final term. Wolford won the tap down, and Minnie got onto the ball first time. Oh, that's harsh. That is very harsh. Minnie getting the free kick. Oh, hang on.
And 25. Might be 20.
The umpire said no.
He wants to go short again, Dan Minnie.
Craig Dowse didn't like the effort from Josh Slade, and I think if it was anyone other than Slade, he might have even got his 25. But Josh Slade has a bit of a reputation there. Hand pass. Oh, that was a late shot on Sivertson. And now, they are going in hard at this one. Here's Sivertson. Got the hand pass away. Here's Wilkins. Wilkins got it. Oh, Slade's in there. Yeah, and we're going to see a card here, I reckon. And Slade is just begging for everything.
And that'll be 25 as well. But he caught one on the chin there, Slade. There's a send-off.
Yeah, and Yowie is just telling him to get off.
Is there 25 there? 25.
Now, I'm not even sure. I don't even think he's been sent. It's 25. Craig Dowse has just been subbed. So Yowie knows his man did bad, but he got him out of there. So Josh Slade will get the 25, takes him right into the forward line. And that is about 35 out, almost directly in front. So Josh Slade will have an opportunity to kick from, actually that's probably closer to 30, so he can kick from 35, almost bang in front.
And this could be the game changer, I tell you.
They're 16 down. This will make it a 10-point game. Josh Slade absolutely makes a mess of it. Josh Slade.
And the crowd, I tell you what, Marble Range supporters are livid with that one.
I tell you what, wouldn't have surprised me if Yowie went across and just gave him an absolute bollocking for that.
Yep.
Because it's been the gobful all day, and I think Zane Montgomery might have had a couple of quiet words in his ear there.
He is
now.
He
is. Yeah, yep. Zane Montgomery's getting into it.
It deserves so much more than that, but
you can't blame Zane Montgomery for giving him a serve on that either, because that was a stinker.
Yeah. From
bang in front. No excuse for making such a mess of that one. And we move along to 3 goals 10. Curtis' sales and service scoreboard 28 Marble Range. Trailing Lincoln South 7-1-43. And the kick in from Aidan Baker is short, finding Max Williams on the right half-back flank. He brings it back around now to his right-back pocket. And he decides to go short again, looking for his man. That's a good spoil there from Luke Hutchinson, well across the boundary line. In fact, takes one of the windscreens out. Your mate from the Saturday Morning Sports Show might want to get onto that barra.
Yep.
Although I think the people are in the car, so I don't know whether you're going to be getting a call soon, Barra, or not, as we wait for the ball to be retrieved and the boundary throw-in to occur. 6.5 minutes gone in this final term.
Just doing enough at the moment, Marble Range, to keep it alive to have another scoring shot. Just keeping enough.
If Lincoln South kick the next one, though, kick the next goal,
it might be the nail in the coffin.
A behind wouldn't matter, but a goal could be a problem.
Yeah, it might hurt a bit too much for Marble Range. But if they get one here, Marble Range, which they are pressing quite heavy here, then it's back on again.
Absolutely.
Plenty of time.
Still waiting for the air. There's the ball. And now we'll get the boundary throw in. Round about 45 from home, left-hand side, Marble Range attacking end. Swing and a miss there from Murray, was from Holdham, as a matter of fact. And now Lincoln South onto it. Here's Jackson Mason. Hand pass forward. Found Brody, drew it. They've still got it. And now Connor Madden just bombs away towards his half-forward line. But Will Charlton is back there to take the mark. I don't think Yowie was too disappointed in that. And now looking to play on. Oh, there was a problem there almost. And now Miller Pickett. And that's got to be play on. Yes, good call. And now here's Sivertson. He's gone. And now they'll play on here, Marble Range. Lockie Pay comes up with a stinker of a kick, and they're going to give it straight up. They're going to give it straight back to Lincoln South. Oh, they're filthy in the forward line there. Cooper Miller cannot believe it. He wanted a clear kick, and he couldn't get one. And now Miller on the mark. And Jarvis will kick long. Oh, no, that's drifting. No, that's going to hold up all right. Carey and Morgan flew. Hand pass away. Dennison with it. And it just ricochets off him. And Dennison. Yeah, he's getting into Josh Slade down there. Slade is trying the niggle. And Cohen Dennison smarter than that, just walking away. Maybe even giving Lockie Pake a couple of words through on the way. And now boundary umpire to throw in around about 60 from home. On the right-hand side, Marble Range attacking in. Carey won the tap down. Marble Range with the crumb. Dennison's onto it. Dennison hand passes to himself. Got there first, did very well. Hand pass again, this time to Druitt. Druitt inside, finding...
Bang! Great tackle.
Dan Minnie affecting the tackle. Doesn't get the free.
Oh, I tell you what, the shoes on the other foot now. Lincoln South are under immense pressure.
Yeah, Connor Madden felt all of that, but he didn't panic there. And good tap out there from Jarvis, I think it was. Hand pass forward from Jennings. Forward again, Watson batting to own advantage, and now Jarvis gets across. It's off hands, and we'll have a boundary throw in right in front of the Marble Range dugout. We have played 9 minutes in this final term on the Ampol Howell Place time clock for the best curries in town. 15-point margin for Lincoln South.
Is it just me, or do you feel Marble Range is standing tall here? I just feel they've got some sort of extra 10% of effort in them at the moment.
I think Lincoln South have got the shovels out trying to bury this game, and now we've got the free kick going in. It's going to...
Everything's going Marble Range's way.
Well,
there's that man, Wolford.
But even that sort of goes Lincoln South's way because Paik wanted it. Jarvis knew that Paik wasn't getting it. It was a Wolford free kick, and Jarvis was able to hang on to it just for a few seconds. Wolford now plays on, goes long into the forward line. 2-on-2 contest at the back. Lincoln South flew. Who's there first? Marble Range first. Left foot snap is an absolute stinker, and guess what? It's through for yet another behind for Marble Range. 3 goals, 11 now. 29, trailing Lincoln South, 7-1-43. Courtesy Sales and Service scoreboard.
Very doable goal there for Charlton, but I tell you what, if there's a chance for Cooper Miller to stand up and be the hero, the time is now.
I don't think they need a hero. I think they just need someone who can kick straight.
Still, yeah.
That'd help. Aidan Baker now runs it out from his own goal square and kicks out to the right-hand side. Pack will fly. It's off hands to the bottom. Minnie's there roving, and Minnie copped one in the back. Umpire missed it as Cohen Taylor returns serve, and that was a big one in the back there on Luke Hutchinson. It was all missed, and Marble Range back with it now. Now I think they'll get the free. For the man being taken without the ball, it's Will Charlton who will get the free. Right in front of the RSL Club Hall. We have moved along to 10.5 minutes now gone in this term. Still a 14-point game in favour of Lincoln South, and now they go short, and Miller Pickett makes a mess of it. Lincoln South getting in there first, and it does shoot out the side. They couldn't kill it off there, and they go long inside forward 50.
Who's that?
He's paid it. Oh, Ben Jarvis. He's won the EP, sir. The City Motors Mark of the Day, I should say.
Yep.
We just don't know which one for.
Yeah, he's got 3 of them on the list.
That's his third.
Yep.
Ben Jarvis. I think he might be getting an Sports Power Superstore MVP nomination just quietly. You could probably get both of them, as now Pack flew, punched away to the boundary line, and we'll have a boundary throw in. 11 minutes gone, final term. Ampol Howell Place time clock. Still a 14-point game for Lincoln South.
Yep, open forward line for Marble Range, and they just keep pegging away. They're doing everything right, just not getting through the big sticks when it gets down when it gets deep.
Boundary umpire to throw in at the third attempt, and over it goes, and Wolford won the tap down. Marble Range, oh, that's high. Yeah, that was high contact, and so it'll be Marble Range with the free. They'll square up here from Miller Pickett to Hutchinson. It's Guy with the ball, and he's called to play on now. Marble Range wanted encroaching over the mark. It's a great grab. Oh, they needed that. Murray Waite.
Okay, it's in the right hands here. Can kick a goal.
Sivertson on the mark. He's about 45. So Murray Waite's probably going to have to let this one go from about 48. What's the wind doing? It's probably directing in towards goal. So if Murray Waite can kick straight, then he might get this, and my prediction goes out the door.
Bang! Look at that!
Yes! Yes! He got one. I caught the loss because I did all right. It took 72 minutes to get on the score sheet with a goal. Marble Range, they are still in this. 4-11-35, trailing Lincoln South, 7-1-43.
Well, they've been quiet all day, Hutchie and Waite, but are they coming good at the right time? Hutchie to Waite, they're the ones you want all day, every day of the week, mate. Credit to Waite, he didn't waste any time, mate. He went straight back and knew what he had to do, mate, and he went and got the job done. So that's what you want. He's standing up at the right time, mate. They're not out of this. They're not out of this by a long shot.
It's a contender for the EP Surf goal of the day. Make it your goal to look great with EP Surf.
As the Marble Range crowd here is just starting to ramp up.
Yeah, I'm going to have to turn my headphones up here because I'm getting a lot of sound from everywhere else. You can probably hear it through our microphones. It's going to be Wolford and Carey in ruck once more. Wolford won the tap down. Who's there first to the crime? Cohen Taylor storming onto it. Cohen Taylor sending inside forward 50. Looks for a man at the back of the pack. He found another one. Caden Bryant misses. Puts it through just for the 1 point.
Jeez.
Oh, the way Lincoln South have been kicking, you thought they were home. He just couldn't get the angle on that one. and goes through for 1 point. 7-2-44. Lincoln South leading Marble Range for 11:35. Courtesy Sales and Service scoreboard.
Looked like it was going to be another one out the back. The movie of the day for Lincoln South, just that cheeky out the back, but not this time.
He probably got too much on it, as a matter of fact. Put it too far across the face in the end. Hand pass away is a bit of a messy one. Guy Hutchinson on it. He throws his head back looking for the free kick for the high contact. Umpire says it was barely incidental. We'll have a ball up. Hutchinson taken there in the tackle by Cohen Dennison, who has been enormous today by his regular standards. Even Jarvis has been having a big one. Now Dennison gets the crumb off the tap down from Wolford. Pake shouldered out of it there by, it was Falciani. And now Soccer to Yowie into the midfield now. Hand pass away to Tyler White. He sends it out right-hand side. It's a one-on-one. Caden Bryant. One-hander.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Caden Bryant from the pocket of death, getting it low, swinging in the
Bang.
line.
Hit a target.
Brody Druitt has a shot from about 35 in the pocket of death.
Whew. Yeah, we come through like a steam train, didn't he?
Oh, he just shot out of nowhere.
Just to get possession of that and then spin around on a 10-cent dime, hit his target, and then off they go to the forward line again.
This could be such a momentum killer, this one. If Brody Druitt slots it, it's not a gimme by any stretch. The distance won't be a problem. And in he comes, Brody Druitt from 35. He sends it out in front of the pack. It's a big grab. Taken by Jackson Mason, who can line up from bang in front. No problems with accuracy on this one. No problems with distance either, surely.
We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Lincoln South players fly for that ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Marble Range.
It was a 5-on-5 contest.
5-on-5.
Yep.
Aerial contest.
Jackson
and
Mason.
Jackson's pulled it.
He's a couple of metres off to the left-hand side. Moves in.
Puts it
from
through.
20. Goes bang! And I think he might have just won himself a grand final. It's 8 goals to Lincoln South, 50 points, leading Marble Range 4-11-35. And on the Ampol Hallett Place time clock, we have 16 minutes gone in this final term.
Well, it's going to take something special, and that could just be, mate, Jackson, as I said, a 10-man aerial contest, and Jackson's plucked it out and actually got the results with a goal at the end. Pretty inspirational, isn't it?
What a time to get yourself on the score sheet.
How long to go, Keith, on the time clock there, mate?
We are looking at 16 minutes 15. Looking at 16 and a half coming up shortly on the Ampol Hallett Place time clock. Can hear the chant in the background. Up goes the ball, down it comes. Carey with the tap down, getting across their Marble Range. They're getting in each other's way. Minnie back to get the ball now. Cohen Taylor missed it as it was a partial smother attempt. Punched away now. Cooper Miller, in fact it's Miller Pickett playing in the midfield. No, it is Cooper Miller playing in midfield. Sivertson back with it. He lost it there. He got beaten there by Asher Miller Pickett, and Hayden Carey gives it up. Here is Asher Miller Pickett, wants to go long on the left boot, hangs it up just inside 450. Baker's got front spot, he misses out. Montgomery sliding around, in fact it wasn't Montgomery.
That's a fresh area.
Blew it, and is that high? Umpire says yes, it's high. Or does he say it's high? Waiting for him. What do we got here from the umpire? I think he's
going to be a ball up, I think.
No, he has given the high tackle. Yeah, it was high contact, and Montgomery will get the free.
Okay.
He didn't look too convincing with his signal, which is the only thing that confused me. And now Montgomery will bomb away to this left-hand side. Kicking to a contest. Jarvis flew. It's off hands. Getting in their front spot. That looked as though it was Pake. Yes, it was. Daniel Watson. Blind hand pass over the top. Miller Pickett getting there first. No, the bounce eludes him. Jarvis back with it. He gets it locked up. Slade wasn't letting that one out. We'll have a ball up.
Miller Pickett is looking dangerous, mate. He's got no man on him. He's just trying to sneak around the back here. Good opportunity here.
Well off to the right-hand side, right half-forward flank. It's about 48 out from Marble Range attacking goal. Tap down one by Wolford. Daniel Watson loops a hand pass to nowhere. Punch out, in fact, punch straight back into the contest. And Aiden Baker effecting the tackle on Slade at the bottom of the pack there. 45 out. We'll have yet another ball up.
Jeez. Got to do something here, Marble Range. Has to do something special here.
18 minutes gone.
Max Black's on his own here. Maybe he could do it.
Punch out one there by Hayden Carey. It's going towards the boundary line, and Connor Madden trying to get there first. Max Black, and all he can do is take it across the boundary line. Gee, doesn't Luke Wilkins have a smug look on his face there, just making sure that the ball got across, and there was no way that ball was coming back in. Boundary throw for 60 from home.
All the numbers up the field here for Lincoln South. There's basically no one down their forward line. They're all up the ground here.
Tap down one by Wolford. Minnie running onto it. Minnie taking the ground. Good tackle.
Good tackle.
Very good tackle. That ball was not going anywhere in that shot from Wilkins. He's come up with a couple of big plays in the last couple of minutes.
Just draining the clock here.
That's exactly right. 60 metres from home, up it goes, maybe even 65. Taylor plays pinball, and now Hayden Carey got a wobbly old kick in, and Guy Hutchinson is first back. Guy Hutchinson chipping into midfield. Wolford's not going to get there in time. He took it on the one bounce, and Wolford, he's going to have to give it up.
Could be holding the ball.
He's going to have to give up a ball up. Both players were dragging that ball back into the contest. Umpire signals his pathway back out, and up it goes once more in ruck. Carey, Wolford got there first and won the physical contest. Wilkins onto it, does well, puts it onto the left boot, just wobbles it forward. They're not going to care where, Lincoln South, just get it forward. And here's an opportunity. Hand pass back, Cohen Taylor can't handle. Hand pass forward again. It's in the space.
One at the
it's
back.
in the space.
Who's going to
Yoey's going to seal it.
Bang, Yoey!
Yoey puts it home.
Another one out the back for Yoey.
He's got three. And if there was any doubt about it before, there isn't now. Lincoln South, 9-2-56. Marble Range, 4-11-35. And again, Yoey's got all three that way. They went into the contest. There was no sweeper out the back for Marble Range. And Yoey found space out the back, going around the last man, and he puts it home.
It's just they continue to fight, isn't it? The contest isn't over until the ball's dead. Yoey just keeps his eyes on the football, mate, and just keeps attacking that football. He hunts the football. He kicked that, mate. He went straight through to the crowd then, and on the boundary line was high-fiving everyone. And I seem to think he thinks it's over, mate. That might be the nail in the coffin there for Lincoln South.
21 points the difference, and we're in time on.
Right.
Marble Range need 4 goals from somewhere. I think it is over.
Yep.
Here we go. Umpire at the ready, up it goes. Hayden Carey got front spot, but Wolford climbed higher. Wilkins picked up the crumb. Jarvis trying to get, in fact, it's not Jarvis getting it back. They'll just hoof it forward there. I think that was Falciani, and it's into space. Cohen Taylor onto it. Max Black overran it. Guy Hutchinson there too. And now it's Cohen Taylor onto it, dribbling it forward. Will Charlton finds Guy Hutchinson. He just needs to go long now. He looks for Hold'em. Hold'em, big spoil going in there from Sivertson. He's had a big game too at the back.
Huge.
And now Lincoln South, I think they gave that up. Yes, they did. Marble Range free. Daniel Watson's got to move. He moves into the centre, and it's a terrible kick.
Well,
straight to Falciani, and he will take all the time in the world with this. Brody Falciani.
It's got to rip your heart out, that, doesn't it, mate? But it's been the story of the day there for Marble Range. It's just, it just hasn't been their lucky day.
Falciani just bombing into the forward line. Good effort to get front spot there from Wolford.
He's played well.
Jake Horton all ends up. Wolford now goes back. He's got to go long. He doesn't know where to go. Wolford has to play across his half-back line. And they just keep it alive there. And now they've got to go long, and they do. Looking towards Aiden Baker, good spoil, Cooper Miller. Connor Madden back there, as a matter of fact. There's Tom Charlton over the top. Cooper Miller trying to get through. He's overrun it. Miller Pickett with it. Left foot snap, in towards goal.
It'll
Miller
bounce back.
Pickett, can it bounce back? It does!
Oh, that's through.
No, it doesn't. It's still there.
My goodness.
And now Cohen Dennison will rush it through just for the 1 point. That was sitting.
That was
And they couldn't make it work.
probably the last bit of hope right there.
4-12-36. Marble Range trailing Lincoln South. 9-2-56. It's a 20-point game. We're in time on. And Baker just takes all the time in the world, and he will go right back out to that right-hand side where they've been going all day long. Pack flew. Man at the back. I think that's Hold'em. He bombs away into the forward line.
Right.
Mark is taken there by Tom Charlton. He's going to swing around. He's got to go. He's got to go now. He didn't get all of it. He bombs into the goal square. 2-on-1. It's off hands. Through just for the 1 point. Lincoln South, they are happy to give up those rush behinds all day from now on. 4-13-37 trailing Lincoln South. 9-2-56.
They've been brilliant, Lincoln South's back line. Just stuck thick all day. They've always had support.
Zane Montgomery runs it out and just goes long down that right-hand side.
That's a free kick.
That arm was chopped at. Well, it's eye contact too. And the free kick will go the way of Lincoln South, and Brody Falciani will take it. He's had a big game in this final term as well. He's really stepped up in the last quarter, Falciani.
Yeah, big last quarter.
We've got a big job trying to pick the Lincoln South nominees for the Sports Power Superstore MVP Award. And now he bombs long towards that right wing. Pack flew. There was a man looking for a specky. Holdham's playing at half back now. That's how desperate they are. And we'll have a ball up. I think it's all over Red Rover now as we move along to 23 and a half minutes gone in this final term on the Ampol Hallett Place time clock for the best curries in town. Getting across there was Guy Hutchinson, overran it. Ball stuck in the contest, and the umpire calls for a ball up.
Just dead footy every day of the week now for Lincoln South. They're just going to kill this at every opportunity. Siren's not far away.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine what was that. So that's 2-1 in this term plus stoppages. We're at 24 minutes now as now Guy Hutchinson goes long down the middle. Mark is taken by Ben Jarvis. We move to 24 minutes gone on the Ampol Hallett Place time clock. Jarvis will just go long back out to the right-hand side. I think they know it.
They're starting to chant the song.
Yeah, I think, and the mark is paid. Yeah, the mark is paid there by the umpire.
This is history right here, Keith.
And Lincoln South, I think they might have a clue on the time that we don't. And they are absolutely loving this at the moment. Umpire calls for the play on, and so Josh Slade will go for, I think that might have been touched off the boot, but it doesn't matter. Holden is there to take the mark. Holden now will swing around. He'll go long into the midfield. Here's Sivertson falling back to take it. They are just owning this at the moment, Lincoln South. Marble Range, no matter what they try, Lincoln South are there. Sivertson will go long. In fact, he'll keep it low. Drilling into the forward 50. Oh, big contact. Yeah, that's high, and that'll be a free. And, yeah, Lincoln South, they're letting them know all about it now. They know the game's been won. That was an act of frustration.
Was that...
And slow to his feet. I think that might... Is that... no, it's not Mason.
Oh, it's reverse free kick here.
Oh, okay. Marble Range, and they just bomb long down the middle. And the mark is paid there. And Tom Charlton turns quickly to Guy Hutchinson. Hutchinson goes long. Man on his own down front is Murray Waite. Waite, he tries to hit and spin. He spins. He does well. Murray Waite in towards goal.
Well,
misses.
It's been a story all day, really, hasn't it, mate? I mean...
4-14-38.
Should have done more with that.
That is just an unbelievable scoreline in a grand final. 18 scoring shots to 11. And you're trailing by 18 points.
Yep.
Aiden Baker in his own goal square brings it back in. And away he goes as we move to 26 minutes gone in this final term. Pack flew, off hands. Marble Range back with it. Have a swing and a miss. Still stuck at the bottom of the pack. Dug out the side. Connor Madden with it. Is he taken high? Umpire says no. We'll have a ball up. It's just been all Lincoln South in this final term, and they have found a way just to keep it going. And up it goes, down it comes, punched away. Who's going to get there first? It's Tyler White with it. Tyler White now bangs it long down that right wing, out on the full. They're not going to mind that because that's just going to give them a couple of seconds to get a breather. And you can see all the Marble Range people across there are just desperately trying to get on with it. They play on now quickly. They go long, looking inside forward 50. Pack forms underneath. Ben Jarvis!
Wow.
It has been a masterclass today.
Would you expect anyone else to take that mark, mate, for Benny Jarvis?
And Jarvis will take his time now, and I suppose he'll go right back where they've gone all day. That's right, out to that right-hand side, and Pack will form underneath. It's off hand, and I thought there was a man interfered with on the way through, but the umpires, they're not giving frees now. And it goes across the boundary line. 27 minutes gone in this final term. Lincoln South leading by 3 straight goals, although it's not actually 3 straight goals. It's actually 1 goal and 12 behind, I suppose you could say. Boundary umpire throws in, and it falls to the bottom of the pack. Luke Wilkins onto it. Wilkins now looking. He tries to get the ball away. He can't do so. In fact, I should say it's 5 goals minus 12 behinds, not 3 straight. And now it's Miller Pickett picking it up, deciding to chip over the top. in towards Will Charlton. Beat his man on the mark, spins, loads up from 49, doesn't get any of it, and it's into the forward line. It's off hands. They're still pushing. Here's Murray Waite. Waite, hand passes back. Minnie went without it, and now they pick it up. Cohen Dennison just bombing back randomly, and the mark is taken by Hayden Carey. They kill it again, Lincoln South.
Yeah, he's just telling him to slow it right down, and he does.
And Carey will just take his time, and I dare say that he should just torpedo this as long as he can. No, he decides on the drop punt, but it's a fair old kick up towards right centre wing. Punched down by Jack Ramsey, stuck at the bottom of the pack. Shoots out the side, Will Charlton with it. Hand pass, Guy Hutchinson, in for Max Black. Black beat one. Black now goes long, looks inside forward 50. It's 4-on-1, Lincoln South.
Who do you think?
Are kidding me.
Well, no. Ben Jarvis. There it is.
And
There
Lincoln
it is.
South, they make it back to back to back in 2025. Lincoln South 9 goal to 56. Marble Range 4 goals 14-38.
These Lincoln South players has just etched their name in history, mate.
You can talk about the inaccuracy, but that final term, the pressure applied by Lincoln South was just unbelievable.
Well, Yowie said it. He said, Marble Range, they want to shut the door on us here, mate, and shut our game plan. But you know what? Lincoln South put their foot in the middle of that doorway, mate, and they wouldn't let them shut it. They just wouldn't let them shut it, mate. They just competed and competed and competed, mate. At the end of the day, they had just more numbers around the ball. They had the will to compete. Marble Range didn't. They had the heart. They had the purpose. I don't know what it was. It was just, more than Marble Range today.
They had the accuracy as
Well,
well.
okay, they had the
18
accuracy.
scoring shots to 18 scoring shots to 7.
Well-
that final term, 2 goals 1 to 1 goal 6.
Yep. When you're kicking him from 10 metres out and you're on the run flying into goal, you're not going to miss, are you? And that comes from opportunities that you create. And that comes from contests, getting numbers to the ball. It is, your luck is going to turn if you get numbers to the ball and you just keep fighting. And that's all they did. Lincoln South didn't blow them away with a brilliant game of football, standard-wise. They beat them at actual, contests at the ball, actual, dirty, hard football. It was brilliant from the first quarter.
I suppose to coin a phrase, they out-uglied them.
Yeah, you could say that. Out-gritted them, out-uglied them, and I don't think Marble Range came to play that sort of footy today. They didn't want that football. They wanted their football was on their terms, and that's the clean football, which they're very good at, but you know what? They don't know how to reverse it back the other way. Yep. Marble Range called their bluff. Sorry, Lincoln South called their bluff.
And the way that Yowie made so clear that he was prepared to sacrifice, and ironically, he ended up with 3 goals. I think he was the leading goal kicker for Lincoln South in the end. Yes, he was. But the way he was prepared to sacrifice his forward position to get into the midfield just to win a loose ball. He had the vision, he knew where the ball was going, he knew there was going to be nobody there, so he just decided to drop into the midfield. Yeah. Okay, I don't need to be forward here, I know where the ball's going. Yeah. And he was just there at some really poignant moments in the game. Yep.
He was working one contest at a time. They weren't sort of working too far down the ground. They're like, win the ball at the instant opportunity, the moment opportunity is there and then, win it there, and then we'll see what happens after that. Where Marble Range was sort of looking down the field too much, they were sort of looking for set plays. It just wasn't that sort of game.
And then, on the flip side, Marble Range, as you say, they look for the set plays, but even when they couldn't find the set play, it's almost as though they tried too hard because they seemed to overcommit to the ball. Yeah. When they had the opportunity to get in there, they were there, and then the ball shot past them, and Lincoln South must have kicked about 5 goals. I think all of Yowie's came this way, and I think there were a couple of others that came that way too. When they went into the forward line, Lincoln South, Marble Range overcommitted. They didn't have the sweeper behind the contest. And then when Lincoln South got it back, they had too much speed going around. And once they got around the contest, they were into open space.
That's right. They sort of read that one out the back. And you only usually see one of those a game, 1 or 2 of those a game, if you're lucky. We saw 5 today from Lincoln South. It's just, I don't think they planned it like that. I just don't know how it worked out. But maybe it was just, Marble Range's overcommitment. But they just didn't seem like they had a plan B, Marble Range. That's what it seemed like. They just got sort of outplayed and couldn't adjust their game plan. And it was disappointing, really.
We said it several times during the call. But again, on that basis, no plan B for Marble Range. Lincoln South, an A, a B, a C, a D. All the plans, just absolutely mirror image from the second semi-final, where it was all Marble Range. They had all the plans. Lincoln South couldn't take a trick, and now it's just flipped on its head. Everything went the other way.
Yep. I think it just, from my notes at the start of the game here, I don't think Lincoln South play any better football. They play their best football when their their back is against the wall. I think them coming in, losing that second semi was probably ideal for them. They were going to do it the hard way. If they went straight through the grand final, then probably they were going to do it, it probably wouldn't have been so easy. But the fact they're doing it the hard way, they find it a challenge. It's their third year in a row now to win a flag. It's a challenge for Yowie. The boys listen to Yowie. Whatever he says goes. It's the challenge they love, and that's what they've proven again.
What does this do mentally to Marble Range? We've seen teams lose grand finals back-to-back. Okay, you bounce back. But they've lost 3 in a row.
Yep.
But they haven't just lost 3 in a row. They've lost 3 in a row to the same team. What does this do mentally to Marble Range, do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely going to put a block there somehow. I mean, what do? Do you go out and look for a certain player? Do you stick with what you got? I think you stick with what you've got. They're on a good thing here. Back to the drawing board again, no. More soul-searching, more... I guarantee you they've touched on this point earlier on in the season. Boys, don't go missing. You've got to be hard at the football. You've got to win the football first, and then you can worry about the classy game after that. They just didn't win the football, mate. Didn't get their hands on it.
Do you try and change your approach in the pre-season, similar to what Lincoln South do? And Yoey's made this point quite a few times on the Saturday morning sports show. At the start of the season and in the off-season, it's family work footy.
Yeah.
At the start of the season, it's family work footy. As you get towards the middle of the season, then it's family, footy and work.
Yeah.
And then once it gets to finals, it's footy, family and work.
Oh, I've no doubt, Marble Range.
All you need is just to put footy first during the finals, and then we come up trumps, because we know that we're good enough, we've worked hard enough in the off-season, whereas Marble Range, they come out and they set the standard early,
yep,
and they stay at that standard all season. Do they not have enough in the tank come grand final day? Do they, whether it's enough energy or whether it's enough trick shots, do they give it all up too early?
Lincoln South definitely had the party tricks all day. I think it's a commitment. Lincoln South have that commitment to Yowie and that belief. They just get right behind him. I don't know where Marble Range are actually grabbing their commitment from at this stage. They didn't have it today. They just didn't have that commitment. At the biggest day all year.
Lincoln South maybe wanted it more.
Yeah, they did. They definitely wanted it more, mate, and they weren't afraid to do. They weren't afraid to. They dared to dream as such. They were
prepared to put their head. Marble Range had certain instances where there were places they weren't prepared to put their feet. Those same places Lincoln South put their heads.
I think that's probably a good point you make. I think that Marble Range weren't in that position anywhere, or most of the day weren't in that position to even make a decision at the end of the day. Lincoln South were. They put themselves in that position to make a mistake, to get some brilliance out of the game, and they did. At the end of the day, you get yourself in the position like that one out the back that Yowie did 3 times. So you're going to come out a winner, I think.
That's it. Goal scorers for Marble Range, 1 each to Jed Wolford, Cooper Miller, Guy Hutchinson and Murray Waite, ruining my prediction. For Lincoln South, 1 goal to Ben Jarvis, 1 goal to Jackson Mason, 1 goal to Jake Horton, 1 goal to Brodie Falciani, 2 to Brodie Druitt and 3 to Yowie Wagner. And each of those goals, as we say, stormed onto a crumb, got around the contest, into an open goal, really showed up on the day, Yowie Wagner, a real coach's knock. But
I'll tell you where it will show up, and it'll show up on the replay. If Marble Range do watch it, it'll show up on the replay a lot of those instances where, Yowie was sort of, running onto the ball where, some just need a Marble Range player to be next to him. It happens so often throughout the game.
Having said all that about Yowie and how well he played and his leadership qualities and all that.
Oh, geez.
What is it now? 3 years you've been calling with us, Dave?
Yep.
In your time watching Eyre Peninsula football, have you ever seen a game where one player has just been so dominant from start to finish as Ben Jarvis was today?
No, without a doubt. Just inspirational. Like, just freakish. Absolutely freakish. Was taking marks that he just shouldn't be taking. Well, it's just unbelievable. Yeah.
3 contenders for the City Motors mark of the day, just quietly.
Yeah, 3. We might get him to make that choice. We'll leave it up to him, I think.
We'll get him over afterwards and we'll ask him
which one do you
mark do you prefer?
Yeah. Which one do you like, mate? Because you've got all 3. Just he wasn't even in the picture and he come flying through and take the mark. It was just inspirational, really. He's a good player.
Yep, that is exactly right. And we've got the presentation going at the moment, so we'll try and take that right now.
congratulations to Marble Range, congratulations to South. The 2025 best on ground in the final goes to Ben Jarvis.
And I'll tell you what, Dave, if Ben Jarvis didn't get best on ground, I reckon they'd be dead set right.
They would have just packed up and left, I'd tell you. Yeah, they would have been right.
He was just that good, Ben Jarvis.
Yep.
And I know last year he got best on ground, and we sort of had some question marks over that last year, but he was just so dominant today.
He played double the game he played than last year. He played double the game today, at least.
Yeah.
It was, inspirational.
Every year it's just a top contest and another good year for you guys. So boys, bit more easier this year, not so going from behind, I love it. So many people to thank, all the volunteers, coaches, can't do enough without you. All the fans coming out, makes such a great atmosphere, and yeah, go Eagles. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks to my range. Hey, commiserations. Been up over for the last 3 years with you guys, and it's probably for the last 5 years been about our club of 4 league. To South, so I got extra history now. The first team to do 3 in a row in 79 years of the club's history, so well done. Got such a good supporter base, such a good committee, presidents, trainers, top people. This year's been extremely difficult as a coach with 2 young kids, and there's absolutely no way in hell I could do my craft or apply my trade without my beautiful wife, Diana. So a massive round of applause to my wife. Anyone that knows that has kids, it's a massive effort to get out of the house, especially get 2 kids. So I appreciate that so much. So I appreciate the whole group. It's so exciting to be actually in history, and all the sponsors, the Lincoln Hotel, all the major sponsors. And one big special mention to probably my favourite friends, Scotty Jarvis, I love you mate, and this is for you, buddy. Can I get Simon Truitt and Theo Chester to come up, please, the 2 team managers this year, to present the medals.
And Yoey Wagner will now oversee the presentation of the medals to his teammates. And Yoey's speech, as was mentioned during the game, Dave, 79 years they've waited to go 3 in a row, Lincoln South, and that is a mighty achievement in the history, not just of the Lincoln South Club, but also of the Port Lincoln Football League.
They would have thought you were nuts if you mentioned this 3 years ago that, hey, boys, maybe see this as a goal, winning 3 premierships in, 79 years. They would have thought you were nuts. But, hey, they're here today doing it, and they have.
That's exactly right.
Massive feat.
They have their medals to be presented, and then the trophy will be presented as well. And hopefully some of the Lincoln South players may join us afterwards. We're not 100% certain about that, but we'll just wait and see exactly what they do go with. We have some selections to make. The EP Surf Goal of the Day, the City Motors Mark of the Day, and also the Sports Power Superstore MVP Award nominees. Elite Advice for Elite Performance open 7 days. Not an easy decision to make at all, but we will do that next on our live coverage of the 2025 Port Lincoln Football League Grand Final. Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, Macca's Port Lincoln, the home of local footy here on 5CC.
Local footy lives here. The sideline view on 5CC. Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, Macca's Port Lincoln, your home of local footy. It's 9 a.m. You get into work. Things to do. Things can be hectic. Let us take the stress out and start your day with our More Music Mornings.
screamer at the end of the first half, just coming from absolutely nowhere.
Yep.
But really, there's only one choice for the EP Surf goal of the day, I would have thought.
Yeah, it was in the third quarter. It was definitely a standout, mate. It was Brodie Falcioni when it was about 45 metres out. It was a free ball. The ball sort of went up about eye level. He plucked it out of the air and with 2 steps, kicked it over his shoulder. But it was more sort of the height of the way, the height it went through the goals. It went through about 10 metres above the actual goal post, mate. Floated through, went about 30 metres back past the goal post. So it was a monstrous kick. And just something out of nothing, mate. But, yeah, just a powerful kick from a powerful guy.
Incredible to see something like that at this level of the game.
Yep.
That's the sort of thing that you think only AFL players or maybe VFL or sample players might have the skill and the strength to pull that off. But to see that just was
monstrous,
almost artistic.
Yeah, it was a bit.
The way he managed to pull that one out.
And he didn't look at the goals either. He knew where they were. Bang, gone. He knew it went through.
Brodie Falciani, the EP Surf goal of the day. Make it your goal to look great with EP Surf, just like Brodie Falciani did.
Yep.
The City Motors mark of the day. Ben Jarvis took about 300 of them. But given how dominant he was, let's see if we can plug someone else.
Well, we've got to share it around, don't we? And we have. And this one goes to Jackson Mason. So it was it the last quarter? Pretty sure it was the last quarter.
If it's the same one I'm thinking of, it was almost a reaching style mark. It wasn't spectacular, but it was a really important one in the context and just managing to kill some momentum that might have been developing for Marble Range.
That's right. It was a pack mark. It was when 5 players went up from each side and he managed to just pluck it out of the air and bring it down, mate. So it was a strong mark. Kept his eye on the ball. It was a brave mark as well.
Yep. Absolutely. Agree with that, and that one led to a goal too.
Yes, that's right.
Jackson Mason with the City Motors mark of the day. Make your mark with Mark and the team at City Motors. That brings us to the Sports Power Superstore MVP Award nominees. Elite Advice for Elite Performance, open 7 days.
Yep. Where do you want to start?
With the Marble Range side. I want to give some honourable mentions. I thought Asher Miller-Pickett was surprisingly good. I thought he had a lot of involvement in the second half.
He was thereabouts, Yep.
I thought Lockie Paik was similarly solid when he was able to get into the game. Josh Slade tried his absolute heart out. I don't think he could have given anything more than what he did today.
Yep.
I thought
Lachlan Jennings I thought was good.
Yeah, I thought the Charlton boys were pretty solid.
Yep.
Will Charlton, in a losing effort when he was basically just handed a miserable job all day, I thought he was very, very impressive with what he had to work with. And as you say, Lockie Jennings as well. But we can only pick 2 from Marble Range.
Yep.
And I think there was one man for you who stood out above all else.
Definite. And he was the tallest on the field there for Marble Range. It was Zach Calderwood. He stood out early. He probably should have got in the game a little bit
Zach
earlier.
Calderwood?
Was it Zach Calderwood?
Jed Wolford, I think you
Sorry,
told
Jed
me.
Wolford.
Yep.
Jed Wolford, mate.
Sorry, Zach.
I ticked the wrong one. Jed Wolford, mate. Stood tall, was clean all day. Just a shame there wasn't more of him, to be honest. He was brilliant.
Price Marshall, I thought, was also very useful in ruck.
Yep.
In the second half. And it really did seem that half-time, the individual started to spring to life for Marble Range, because we discussed at half-time that serviceable was probably the nicest thing we could say about the best player at that point, because they'd all just been ground down by a relentless Lincoln South effort. And second half, they really started to stand up. Saw some really good efforts. Obviously, it wasn't enough, but I thought Price Marshall was probably the standout of those second half efforts.
Yep. Yeah, good call.
So Jed Wolford and Price Marshall, the nominations for Marble Range. Take us through your honourable mentions for Lincoln South, because I think there's no surprise who one of the nominees are. And the other one also got a few mentions during the game, but I'll let you take through some of the honourable mentions as well.
I think Zane Montgomery was very consistent over the 4 quarters, mate. Probably there was quarters there that were better than others, but definitely Zane Montgomery needs a mention. Colby Sivertson playing obviously a role down there. Not a natural role to him, but got the job done as well, mate.
Yep.
He was, I don't think, what's his name, had much of it all. Who was he playing on? Hold'em there? I don't think Hold'em was very quiet. So good job there by Colby. Hayden Carey, how good was he in the ruck? Domination.
Yep.
That's a simple word for it. Domination, mate. Absolute domination. Cohen Didderson, awesome. Obviously, Benny Jarvis, Yowie Wagner, awesome. Falciani was good in the second half. Steve Paul was okay. Look, there's so many you could... But that's pretty much it for me. They're the standouts, mate.
So the obvious nominee also got best on ground.
Yep.
certainly deserved it this year, Benny Jarvis.
Benny Jarvis.
Yep.
Without a doubt.
I'm going to go for Cohen Dennison. I thought the game he played, he had so much more involvement than what he normally does. And not only did he have more involvement, his involvements were almost clinical in their efficiency.
And in tight. He was good in tight, yeah.
Yeah, much above what we normally expect him to. He's normally a bit of a role player. You've got your job, stick to it, don't try and do anything spectacular. That's your job. And every team needs role players.
Yep.
That's not a slur on Cohen Dennison whatsoever. Every team needs someone who can just play a role and just get through things and just get things done and not make a noise or be too attention-grabbing. But he was just so good today, Cohen Dennison.
Yeah, he was electric. He was setting the world on fire there, mate. He was awesome today. Really was.
So your nominees for the Sports Power Superstore MVP Award, Elite Advice for Elite Performance, open 7 days. For Marble Range, you can pick from Jed Wolford or Price Marshall, or Lincoln South, Ben Jarvis and Cohen Dennison. One last update of the Curtis Sales and Service out-of-town scoreboard. Full-time AFLW, Hawthorn 5-9-39, Collingwood 3-12-30. Full-time AFLW, Geelong 6-9-45, Port Adelaide 6-4-40. Full-time NRLW, Newcastle 34, Gold Coast 20. Full-time AFLW, Kangaroos 12-7-79, Carlton 4-2-26. Full-time AFLW, Fremantle 9-2-56, Essendon 1-2-8. Second half NRLW coming up to full-time, Cronulla 24, North Queensland 16. First term of the basketball NBL between Southeast Melbourne Phoenix and Cairns Taipans. Phoenix 19, Taipans 15. Quarter time AFL prelim. Brisbane 4-3-27. Collingwood 1-1-7.
Wow.
That's a bit of a boil over. 8 minutes away from a start in the one-day international in India between India and Australia in the women's cricket. Later on tonight, Canberra versus Cronulla in the men's NRL qualifying semi-final. Perth versus Tasmania in the NBL. And tomorrow, the Sanford Grand Final between Sturt and the Bays. Almost time for us to wrap things up from here at Centenary Oval. We'll do it next on our live coverage of the 2025 Port Lincoln Football League Grand Final. Thanks to our number one ticket holder, Macca's Port Lincoln, the home of local footy on 5CC.
It's where legends are made. The sideline view on 5CC. Thanks to our number one ticket holder, Macca's Port Lincoln.
9-56. They've defeated Marble Range 14-38 to take out their third consecutive premiership. And Dave, we expected Lincoln South to be the front runners. They looked a little bit shaky in that second semi-final, but they came good right when they needed to.
Yeah, they certainly weren't playing their natural sort of game that we used to seeing them play, but it doesn't matter, mate. They got the chocolates at the end of the day, and history again for Lincoln South. We're starting to hear that a bit now. Well, we have heard that a bit over the last 3 years. History.
Yep.
Yep.
And they've certainly earned it, and you'd be a brave man to tip against them in 2026 as well.
Well,
But we've got an off-season to get through, and a couple of honourable mentions I want to give. First to the Waybacks Football Club. They weren't expected to do much this year because they're in a rebuilding phase.
Yep.
And we did say at the start of the year, or at least that it was my pick, if they were able to get basically full seasons, fully fit, out of Sampson, Jericho and Seal, then they might be able to make the finals.
Yep.
They lost Jericho at the back end. They lost Jonty for basically the duration.
Yep.
And they still made it. That was a very impressive feat from a team that is really rebuilding. I think at one stage they might have had 7 or 8 players playing up from their under-17s in A grade.
It's a big effort.
That's a big ask.
Big effort. Do they play better without these big name players? Who knows?
It's an interesting question.
Well, no, I don't think so. But look, there's definitely potential there, isn't there?
Yeah, they have a very bright future ahead of them Waybacks. And as we saw, they won the 17s today.
Yep.
And I think they won the 12s as well. So they've got a lot of talent coming through the junior system.
Well, it's a bit like Boston's as well, mate. You need to mention there as well, I think, mate.
That was the other honourable mention because last year Boston's made the final and everybody was happy for them, but they made the finals and we knew that they were just going to be cannon fodder. And they were. They were just cannon fodder last year in the finals. I think they were just happy to make it.
Yep.
And they did. But this year, I think Magic, if you ask him, with a bit of truth serum, and Tony Bye with a little bit of truth serum, are they a bit disappointed the fact that they finished third and lost the prelim by 12 points? I think they probably say, yes, we're a bit disappointed that we didn't make the decider.
Is that unrealistic? I don't think so. I think they probably could be a little bit disappointed.
I had them as making the decider. I thought they'd play Lincoln South.
We both did. And let's be honest, they're only 2 goals away from it last week.
That's right.
If they had turned up today, they might have been a good show as well. But they didn't. For whatever reasons, I wasn't there last week. But promising things there for Boston's as well, mate.
After what we've seen so far, or throughout this year, I should say, from Marble Range and from Boston, based on the season-on-season performances, I think Boston have got to be the team that you've got to favour to make the grand final next year. They might have to lose one before they win one, but I think you'd go into next year thinking that Boston are probably, you'd lean that way to have them as the team most favoured to challenge Lincoln South next year.
So if you're a better player in the league and you're looking for a club to go to, you'd go to Boston's over Marble Range, is that what you're saying? If you had to make a choice? You're
still Lincoln South if you want to win a title, but yeah, if you're looking towards the future, I'd be thinking that Boston have...
Or Waybacks.
Waybacks are probably a good 5 years away, I'd say.
Yep.
Their window is a good 5 or 6 years down the track.
Yep.
But they've got a window. They know what their window is. They are developing towards that. And Waybacks are probably where Boston's were 5 years ago, except they've already got some decent talent in the A grade. And Boston's, we know 5 years ago, they just got thumped every week, just absolutely bashed, because they just didn't have enough high-end players. Now they do. Now those young guys have stepped up and have become top-end players, and they've recruited well with the Rackawassers. I mean, anything that you talk about with Boston, you can't avoid talking about Magic and Bobby. It's an interesting year ahead for Boston next year, and Marble Range, I think they might have it during the regular season, that's fine, but when push comes to shove come finals, they're going to have to find something else.
Okay, so what, they've missed their opportunity, you think, Marble Range?
I think the window is starting to close for Marble Range based on what we saw today.
Yep.
They still came out and won that major semi. Okay, that's great, but 3 years in a row.
Bit like Adelaide. Minor premierships, but out straight sets. Well, not quite that bad, but...
The Crows are a team full of kids, and I just don't think they knew what finals football was about.
Yep.
Marble Range know what it's about, but they're just starting to drop off. And they can do it in the regular season, but come finals time, that's when Lincoln South take it up a notch. And we saw last week, and by scores, well, Boston got closer to Lincoln South than what Marble Range did in the last 2 weeks.
Good point.
Lincoln South won by 12 last week. They won by 18 this week. So there's something to be said for Boston. Are they going to be the ones to step up and be the next team to challenge Lincoln South? I wonder what 5 years looks like from now if Boston and Waybacks are the two trendsetters.
Oh, geez, that's a big
As Lincoln
Looking 5
South's,
years ahead.
as Lincoln South's window starts to close after that.
Dare to dream. Dare to dream. Why not? Yep.
Why not?
Fair call.
That's pretty much it for us for the year.
It's
Saturday Sports Show wrapped up and Sideline View wrapped up.
It's been a good year. It's been a solid year. It's and we got there, mate.
We had a few new people introduced to the call, and Riz has had some experience.
Out at Cummins there, last week.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And once again, congratulations to Locke on breaking their drought, and Western United just so good, and Kimber as well, scoring the upset over Eastern Range. 3 years in a row, Eastern Rangers have fallen at the last hurdle.
Oh,
that's going to hurt.
Another window opportunity lost, maybe.
Could be.
Yep.
But thank you very much for your efforts during the year, Dave,
My
on
pleasure.
the Saturday Sports Show.
My pleasure, mate.
In the main, and here at the business end of the season for the Port Lincoln Football League. It's been a long season, and trying to fill gaps here and there with other commitments, and everybody making sure that we can just cover everything, but we got there.
I enjoy it, Keith, and it's a pleasure, mate. Thank you.
Thank you for your efforts, and thank you to everybody who has helped us out with the calls during the year. Terry Seaver, who has moved on to Adelaide in the meantime. Paul Pearce last week. James Risby, who's jumped in at times. I think Daz might have hopped on to one call at one stage. Tom Rush as well. Aaron Raleigh jumping in from Boston.
Geez, we've had a few.
Yeah, we've had plenty of people helping us out during the year, and we couldn't have done the calls without them. And thank you to you at home for your company throughout the year. It has been great having your company throughout 2025. I hope your team did all right. If not, then there's always next year. And if your team did do all right, well, then congratulations on that. If your team did do all right, let me know how that feels as a West Tigers supporter. It's been a while since I felt like that. But thank you for your company at home. We hope you enjoy the off-season. I will make one last appearance for the season because I'll be on Good Morning EP just after 8:30 on Monday morning to take you through our Sports Power Superstore MVP nominees. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of the AFL and the NRL finals if you're so inclined. Enjoy the Sample Grand Final tomorrow. Enjoy your off-season, and the Sideline View will return bigger and better than ever in 2026. For now, bye-bye.
Local footy.